Man, I got to get used to that. Yo, no maniacs. Welcome into the show. This is Nomad at Night. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting, man. As no maniacs father in here, we're gonna have a hell of a show tonight, man. We're gonna get into some free agency frenzy. We got my boy right here at the bottom of the screen. Your boy FFG. He's gonna play FF polls tonight. And that's what he's gonna do, man. He wants to get in here and give you guys an opportunity to see what he's thinking as far as free agency goes and that whole thing, man. Just thank you guys for being here. As people following in, I'm seeing Viz Joe. I'm taking Kedz Josh. So let me stop right now. We was in there. We was in the background listening to some EPMD, some Death Squad, just getting heated up. And this is gonna be a good night, man. We're gonna enjoy the night. Just kind of relax and get away from some of the BS going on in the world and just have some fun in here tonight, like we normally do. And so, again, thank you guys for being here. Let me pass it on to my guy, the Canuck, give out some pleasantry before we get started.
Well, first and foremost, we got FFG in the building. Good to have you, my dude. And he will be playing the role of Ryan Poles at some point tonight. But as per normal, we'll go through some good old Bears stuff as per normal, right? So shout out to Black Diamond, #1 guy, Super No Maniac in the chat. Big ups to you. Big ups to Marco King under the same pretenses. Always good to have you, Marco. Who else we got? AC Adam jumped in. Saren Collins jumped in. Mr. Mayhem's in there. FFG Styles in there too, but he's in here with us. We've also got Smitty Q. More folks will jump in as we continue to move forward. But good to have all you guys out there. And FFG, what it do, my friend? What are you saying?
Oh, it's all gravy. I think you missed Vizzo, Joe, and Mr. Mayhem, but because they loyal participants of the show, so get them some love every time they show up to the party.
Saren Collins, Vizzo, Joe, Smitty Q.
Oh, how did I miss Joey Vizzo?
He just popped in.
He was number 3 in there.
Was he? Okay.
Oh, Paul Rodriguez just jumped in too. There's Paul.
Minister Charles on deck.
Minister Charles Johnson, Super No Maniac, just represented with us. Awesome. Aunt Moss just represented with us. Good to see you.
Do what Smitty Q says. Wipe your feet at the door and hit that like button, man. It's disrespectful.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Smitty, man. Thank you.
Well said, sir.
But go ahead, FFG, man. I cut y'all.
Oh, no, I just wanted to say it's kind of scary without football on a Sunday. You have to have some, get out your system for a little while. This is a way to keep it flowing, keep the NFL vibe, keep it alive, keep it rolling. Because I know we're all in the same mindset. We want to see our team do well. We actually want to see them perform like a professional football team and actually be in the conversation as a quality team, that we ain't sitting up here talking smack every Sunday or all off season about how terrible they are. We don't see nothing changing. So hopefully this is a good sign. We start seeing things change, and it looks like it's for the better. So my prayers going out to the people in charge, finally getting together, and if they got to do a little color pop and do it.
Hey, you know what, man? It's I was watching one of the old shows last night. I fell asleep watching it. And it was not because it was boring, but it was just tripped out watching. It was me, Kedz, Samo. Chris was there, but he wasn't prevalent on the screen. And we was talking about it was breaking it down. This is I think it was the last year of Justin Fields. That offseason when they were breaking down, we were upset about certain guys getting cut. I think Tyson Bagent came on the scene. And everybody was really, really hyped about him. And, you could tell it. I think we ended up cutting Travis Gibson that year. So that might have been a couple of years ago, right? So that might have been a couple of years ago.
Off seasons.
The point I'm trying to make is, we're about to do an exercise that really has to look at some of the talent we have on the roster, evaluate who we have on the roster and what we should do with them financially, if we should do anything with them financially. And because the emotions are tied up in it, I was looking at that show, leading up to this one that we're doing right now, and just was like, I was playing it back so much. Kedz and Samo was talking so much. And I was so upset because certain things happened in that off season, man. In that that preseason, it kind of pissed me off, man. Travis Gibson gave everything he could to this team, and they just didn't want him. They didn't want him. They wanted to move on from him, but that was upsetting. So what I'm doing is setting up the conversation about what we're going to do moving forward. I'm going to let FFG, we're going to let you just look at the roster the way you look at the roster, and hopefully people don't judge him too much about what decisions that he makes. He might make a decision that you totally disagree with. But this is an exercise into what FFG is thinking about, what to do moving forward with this roster. So I just take it up. I ain't trying to, start no problems. I'm just telling y'all right now, it's going to be some things that go on that you ain't going to like too much.
I'm laughing because Minister Charles immediately says I'm on my best behavior tonight because both me and York.
I give it damn.
You got a break.
You can talk all the smack you want.
Yeah, man.
New sheriff in town.
Sarah Collins says, this is our year. I really feel like it'll turn around. I think it should. I think it needs to. Number one, I think it needs to turn around. We've had a little too much adversity. I think we got a stomach full of that. It's time to see some. It really is time. We thought we were going to get there, Kedz and FFG. When we got to 4-2, we were just like, okay, finally we're starting to see a little turnaround. Let's see how we can attack this thing. And calamity happened, And I'm not blaming all that on Tyreek Stevenson. There was obviously some shit going on inside that building and inside that locker room that incident triggered. It triggered a calamity, bro. It just broke completely down. And people blame that shit on Tyreek Stevenson. I don't. It was just one bad play by him. But the shit that happened afterwards was all the shit that was lying beneath the surface, kid. That shit was beneath the surface and ready to bust up and pop out like a pimple, bro.
Yeah, you can't put the remainder of the 17-game season on the shoulders of Tyreek Stevenson. Yeah, he messed up. You know what I mean? And he got his hand slapped at the end of the day. But, there's a whole lot of games to be played after that Fail Mary game. What it do, Ron Winarski? But you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of football to be played, and unfortunately, what really happened was the seams came out of the pants, right? The seams came out, the stitching came out, and all your draws were revealed for the world to see. So that's kind of what it looked like, right? So unfortunately, it was a lesson to be learned, right? Not exactly sure what that lesson really is, but my hopes is that a certain Ryan Poles has figured out what that lesson, what the learnings really, really were that came from all this. And I think it started with letting go of Matt Eberflus and then continued on with bringing on Ben Johnson and this crazy Avengers-looking squad of coaches. And that's super interesting for me to look at anyway. So I'm mildly excited about all of this. I'll be more excited when we get closer to August. I'll be real. I kind of need to see some action in free agency. I need to see what the results of this upcoming draft is going to be. And then I should be a little bit more hyped about this whole situation. That's where we're at. So we're going to kind of look and see what FFG thinks along similar lines. And, hopefully we will all leave here tonight hyped as well.
So Bears Junkie, don't you go nowhere, bro. Don't you go nowhere. We're about to hop right on into it. I'm just setting up the conversation that we're going to need to have. And so just hold on. We're getting right into it right the F now. And so this is the conversation we got to lead up into it. And this is the question I had with Kedz the other night, man. Realistically, who we are as an organization, we're so closely tied to it, Kedz. I don't know what just happened with FFG. I'm sure he'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
But, realistically, we're doing a whole lot of talking about free agency and, this being a place and a location that free agents might want to come to. But before you get into, Kedz, before you get into any specific guides about, coming here, whether in free agency, how attractive do you think Chicago is if you had to pull yourself away from the situation and just guess. Like, we just had a rough ass season. And this doesn't, I know if I was looking at this from the outside and I was a football player on another team, I'd look at the Chicago Bears like, hold up. It looked good at the beginning, but now all of a sudden, I don't know, man. If I got options, I don't know if this is the place I want to go. It's a lot more question marks than there is certainty. I think that's what I'm saying. How do you think about this situation in Chicago without being specific about who we can attract? How do you think about it?
I don't know, man. It's for me right now. It's a little bit less. Yeah, it's less about big names. I'm not sure if Chicago is attractive at all, right? Like, if that's really the question you're asking me, I don't know if it is at all. There's a lot of uncertainty around this team, and let's just say if things go positively this season, I think Chicago would be a much more, favorable looking place to come to. But people gonna get paid either way, so I think that's really the bottom line. Money talks. Some folks out there just looking for money. So it really depends on who you are and what your modus operandi is. If you're trying to come to a Super Bowl contender in the year 2020, 2025, 2026 season, I'm not sure if that's Chicago, but I think it might be Chicago in the 2026, 2027 season. We just got to put proof into the pudding here.
So let me ask you the original question, FFG, and this without getting into specifics about who we can attract here. I'm talking about the situation in Chicago. How attractive, given what you've seen so far, do you think Chicago is, in all your honest opinion, man? Just be blunt about it. You there, FFG?
Well, if I'm a free agent, I'm going to say that the winning hasn't yet been there, but I know the team is good enough to win. So me being on a team that just needs the right direction to go to win, because they got quality players. Now they got the best offensive-minded coach that was on the market. And if you're on defense, you would love to play for Dennis Allen. And now they have quality teachers and the coaching staff at every level. So I would consider it to be an attractive spot for me to continue my career, to get paid, and to be with a franchise that's going in the right direction.
Okay.
I wouldn't be looking at like Cleveland, where it's all jacked up and they're in cap hell and stuff like that, where there's no positives. But here we got the money, we got the draft capital, we got the quality coaching, and the organization is starting to look like a professional organization should be run from top to bottom. So that would be attractive for a lot of people who don't have that situation where they're at.
So you're basically selling Chicago. I think you're wrong. I'm going to tell you why. This is what I think is going to need to happen in Chicago. All that stuff sounded good on the surface. And I'm going to tell you, from a player's perspective, ain't nobody worrying about how much cap Chicago has. They're worrying about how much they can goddamn get paid, period. Number one. And the second thing is, I think to make Chicago attractive, given this situation we found ourselves in, I think you're in the overpay market. I think you're going to end up, if you want the really, really top end free agents, you're going to have to beat people out as far as the money goes. And so I know it sounded good, FFG, but I'm being blunt ass honest. I wouldn't want to come to Chicago that wouldn't be my number one option. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to come here. I'm saying that wouldn't be my first option. There's other situations out there in free agency. And I'm telling you, I'm setting this up for you guys to understand it this way. I think Ryan Poles is going to end up having to overpay because of what we just saw the last season. That you can't unsee that, bro. You cannot unsee what we just did in the last season. That wasn't good. We took a step backwards, 2 or 3 steps backwards. And I don't care, Ben Johnson, that's great. Dennis Allen, that's great. A lot of defenders, you're right, would want to come play with under Dennis Allen. But the truth is, man, we took a couple of steps backwards. And in free agency, I think we're in a situation where we're probably going to have to overpay to get the top end talent in here that we want. That's just the reality of what I saw this year.
Okay. So I'm going to read Minister Charles Johnson's what he posted in the chat. With the anticipation of the new beginning and the promise of a new direction, Chicago was very attractive. Let's be for real. Now I'm going to disagree with it. Imagine that. To be honest with you, I when I first read it, I was in agreement with it, and then Nomad kind of made his statement, and you might be a little bit correct. This season was definitely a black eye on Chicago, which is why I don't really want them to do the standard free agency thing. I just want them to fill the holes effectively, right? Whenever we reach free agency, the conversation is going to be Chicago should throw the bag at this guy. This guy should send two first rounders for this guy and throw the bag at him. Get him into Chicago, regardless as to whether that's really going to push the needle forward in any capacity, even regardless as to the realities that we all are well aware of. Our O-line needs work. Our D-line needs work. There's work that needs to be done, right? So I'm not so sure it's a super attractive place to come at the end of the day because of how they played last season, because of some of the mistakes Ryan Poles has made. But at the end of the day, money talks. That cap that they have can basically pay for anybody that they really want. But should they be throwing the bag? I'm gonna say yes, only after all the holes are filled, though.
So here would be. You got anything to speak to about that FFG before I speak? You can go right ahead.
Regardless of free agency, you have to pay people, no matter where they go. You want to pull out some dollars because Kedz is trying to get paid these days. They're not trying to play for them on them cheap contracts. Now that the value of a lot of these positions have gone up, and Super Bowl just reiterated that wholeheartedly, that if you don't have an offensive or defensive line, you SOL. So regardless of who you are, you're going to have to pay for talent. Now, You can't just, unless you're just going to draft everybody, you're going to have to pay for talent in the offseason. Doesn't matter who you are. What I see is a lot of people saw the problems with the Bears, and they got rid of a lot of the BS, which was a coaching that caused a lot of them, because most people didn't think the Bears was a 5-win team. And anybody who played the Bears last year didn't think they was a terrible team. And if they had been playing for them, they probably would have been subject to the same BS that lost them all them games when they were in, tight ball games down the stretch. So they could easily been in playoff contention if it wasn't for coaching, which has been resolved for the most part. In every shape, form, and fashion, from the top to the bottom, on both sides of the ball. So if that's what people are worried about, that it went to crap and they're worried about Ryan Poles not being good at what he does, I don't see that either. Now, he's made mistakes, don't get me wrong, but he made a lot of mistakes based on what the coaching wanted him to bring in the building. And now I think we have better, competent coaching at all levels that can help with the draft free agency process, where they can actually know how to build a team, know what they want to do with the team, and their methods are proven in the league recently, not 10, 12, 15 years ago when it was dominating.
Listen, I'm gonna end this conversation and move to the next conversation here, and saying this. And see, and this is just with respect to all our viewers and all our people out here in this community. Sometimes we get a little tunnel vision about this thing, and we want to believe things are true, and it might not be. You know what I mean? I can only give you the perspective of being a Bears fan and a Bears podcaster. I can also give you the perspective of being a football player, looking at me and Kedz watch these games live and share them and view this stuff with you. We watched this thing fall apart right in front of our faces.
Yep.
We literally watched this. Go ahead, Kedz. You got?
No, I'm with you, bro. I'm just agreeing with you because we did, and it was a shock, and there were things that jumped out. And one of the things I just want to reiterate I will be saddened if somehow in the shakeup and, tear down to build, Kevin Byard winds up off this team. I'm just going to say that. I want to say that out loud for folks to hear me say it, because I thought, and I said it many times during the season, I thought he's one of the best Ryan Poles acquisitions, period. But I know I kind of went down a tangent here. I wanted to put that out there into the world so that folks hear it, and it might be that case because his contract is interesting enough that maybe they move on from him. I am going to say one more time, I really appreciated the effort that Kevin Byard put out there in this season, even though everything went in the opposite direction of where any of us wanted it to go. There were certain players this season that really earned a high level of respect from me, and he's definitely one of them.
No question about it, man. The guy was like a standout player. I don't care on what either side of the ball, man. Kevin Byard was one of those guys. Like I'm saying to myself, Ryan Poles, you better do whatever so long as Dennis Allen can appreciate and respect Kevin Byard, you better make sure you get him inked up and give this guy an extension, man, because that was stellar football play from this guy. He just needed help. He really did, man. That when Andrew Billings went down, it really, really exposed us, man. It exposed this defense for what it is, a defense that's predicated on zone concepts, a defense that's predicated on getting home with 4. If you can't get home with 4, Jervon Dexter took a hit in the whole thing because it started to look like, okay, he maybe he's not the 3-tech that we thought he was. Man, dude, without Andrew Billings in there, he's not getting on one-on-ones. They're getting double teamed all the time. And so, it's so many things fell from Andrew Billings not being there. So many things fell from the situation that happened when Tyreek messed that situation up. So many things happened, and we just literally watched them with you guys and was just like, holy shit, how bad can this get? And it got worse than I thought it could. It really did, man. So, yeah. Let me get to the next conversation, man, because this is important too. Under the circumstances and the way we just teed up this conversation before we get into this free agency period, the question needs to be asked, are we in a position to make this big, huge trade? I know there's a lot of great names out there that might be available in the trade. You're talking about, the guy on the left, Max Crosby. You're talking about Micah Parsons. You're talking about Trey Hendrickson and the big Kuna Matata, Myles Garrett, dude. Are we in a position to be making a swing that big? And now I'm going to preface this conversation by saying this. There is only so many opportunities you're going to have to get a Myles Garrett. There's only so many opportunities you're going to have to get Micah Parsons or any of these guys. These guys are unique players, and they are game changers. And so those guys, game changers, don't grow on trees. But I'm just going to leave it there, Kedz, and pass it on to you. Do you think we're in a position to swing this, man?
No!
All right. Easy.
Like if we're talking about two ones, like, okay, wow. I'm gonna let me take that all back. Let me take it back. All right. Let me take it back. I'm not sure, and I have to do some more. I have to really start to zero in on these prospects. But I'm starting to be of the mind that might be a little bit tough sledding at 10 for us to get that linchpin tackle, guard, or defensive, edge rusher. Right? It might be. And if that's the case, maybe trading out of the 10 for Myles Garrett, including your next year's number 1, might be a decent move. It might be. I need to look at these guys a little bit more closely before I can make a determination. And I say Myles Garrett specifically, but to be honest with you, maybe that's Micah Parsons, right? He's a little bit younger, might be worth your while for some time. Here's the kicker, though. The kicker with any one of these guys here that are on the screen is that not only you got to trade that 10, you got to trade your first next year, but you also got to pay these guys. And that's the part where I'm like, oh boy, right? You're gonna fork out a big chunk of cap over the course of the next few years and have that associated with any one of these 4 guys on the screen. Whereas you can just draft a kid, and if you have faith that he is going to be that guy, might be worth keeping your $100 million in your jeans. So I'm completely conflicted and torn on this. I've been leaning towards the no. I'm still kind of leaning towards the no, like the no I screamed when we started this whole thing. But I wanted to sort of map it out for everybody to sort of feel it.
Before you respond, FFG, Julian Parker just put a great question up there. Something that I think should have happened a long time ago, but I think, and I'm gonna come back to it, Julian, if I can, man, somewhere later on down in the show and address this. But Larry Borum at guard, to me, that seemed like the natural thing to do with Larry Borum. But I think we had such a tackle need that he ended up having to swing, play swing tackle. I think it's not that Larry Borum can't do it. I think we just had a need at tackle because, Ryan Post kind of left us out there. You know what I mean? And, we needed a swing tackle. And somebody in that building, namely Chris Morgan, said, this is what I want to run with. And Larry Borum was a swing tackle. But I do believe we could have got some production out of him at guard. Good production.
It's crazy that he's never been there, though. I don't think he's done it at all.
Because we had such a tackle. We've been tackle deficient probably since we started doing podcasts. We've been scraping, trying to find good tackles since I started doing podcasts, man. Think about it.
You're trying to get tackles since Aldo started doing podcasts. What are you talking about?
Damn.
I'm trying to think here because
when last time we had 2 quality tackles?
Yeah, we like the last. No, I don't know. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Act like I've been that tied in over the years. I haven't been. I ain't been as tied in as y'all have. This shit just really happened. Me really just, really keying into the Bears over the last couple of years, man. But dog, it's like since I've started doing this stuff and over at the bar room, we've been struggling at tackle, struggling like black folks in the '60s, bro. We've been struggling, and so again, let's get back to the comment, man. I haven't heard your take on this, man. Are we in a position to make this big trade right here, in your opinion, FFG?
No and yes. No, I wouldn't trade 2 first-round picks for none of them cats. I don't care how great they are. You could find
wait.
Somebody said in the chat.
Hold on. You getting into specifics. I'm just talking about.
Let me finish, bro.
You talking about what the trade and all that. You trying to cover yourself, man. Make a damn decision, bro. Should we do it?
Let me finish, then you can determine. I'm not trading for Max Crosby. I'm not trading for Myles Garrett, and I'm not trading Dallas. But I would trade my number 10 for the number 17. If Ian Cunningham gets a job down in Florida, I would trade that 99th pick, and I'd also trade D-Walk for straight across 2 picks, and we exchange 1, and you get a player and we get a player. That way you're not losing any draft capital. You're just moving back. You're getting an A1 starter, and you're losing a compensatory pick that you wouldn't have had regardless anyway. And you're trading another $8 million off your cap that alleviates some of the pressure that he's bringing over in a contract. So you basically cut his money in half. That's what I would do. But I'm not trading 2 first-round picks for none of them other cats because we need too many holes to fill, or we need all the draft capital that we have.
You went exactly where I hoped you wouldn't, and that is getting off the basics, man. Do you think, and my question, I'm going to reiterate it, do you think we're in a position to make a move this big? Do you think this team is structurally set up in a way that you think they're this player away from doing what we need to do? That's what I'm trying to get at.
I think we're both saying no.
I don't think I heard.
We're both saying no. We're not one player away, but that would alleviate. If you did it that way, you wouldn't lose any draft capital. You would save a little bit of salary, and you would get rid of a pick that you weren't depending on anyway.
That's why I love the free agency case scenario. Like, we're looking at these big whales, you know what I mean? These big fish in the water. And I'll take a Chase Young instead. You know, and like me personally, I'll take a Chase Young. I'll take a Josh Sweat, who's probably not going to require that capital case scenario because these are free agents, right? If you're just a free agent and we can pay you money to come play in Chicago, I'm with it. Like, that's like exactly where my headspace is. Spend the money, yo. Just keep the capital in your back pocket. So that's where these guys become frightening to me. And like, the chat's blowing up. Folks are going, this just reeks of Khalil Mack deal. And like, the difference here, you know what I mean? It just does, right? The difference here, I'll map out the difference, is Caleb Williams. And I'm gonna say what nobody wants me to say now, right? So like, the kid's fantastic, but the word proven, I can't say he's proven. If he was a proven commodity, yo, spend the capital.
That's a different conversation after that.
It is. You know what I mean? Spend the capital. And that's where Ryan Pace made his mistake. Drafted Trubisky. Trubisky was not proven. Spent the money on bringing Khalil in, only to find out that he could not prove the theory with Trubisky. And you know what I'm saying? Now you're stuck with a $100 million contract. You got to extend and restructure and eventually cut bait on. So I'm suggesting they avoid that. At the very least, get somebody similar to these guys. Like Josh Sweat would be great. Chase Young would be decent. Upside there. In either case, you're keeping those picks and you're spending them to help bolster this roster. And I think that's where things, you know, that's the most important piece of all this.
So I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is one of those family conversations. You know, your mom bring you to the table, you and your siblings, and say, "Hey, kids, I just gotta let you guys know that." And after 4 o'clock today, the heat's going out. We ain't gonna have no lights or no heat. We're gonna struggle for a couple of days until I get some money to pay this bill now, baby. Y'all gonna be fine. Y'all gonna be fed, but it's gonna be cold in the house. Mama got y'all. But we ain't gonna be able to enjoy TV. We ain't gonna be able to enjoy a warm house. This is kind of where we at, man. This is kind of what I seen the entire season, kids. We're in a situation where we got to have that conversation and say to each other, hold each other's hand and say, you know what? I know what you want for Christmas, but this is what you're getting.
Yeah, you ain't getting the Michael Jackson jacket with the leather, with all the zippers. You're getting the Walmart version. It's got a whole bunch of zippers too. It's red too, but you know it ain't the Michael Jackson jacket. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what we're. And I'm not saying go shop bargain basement. You can get it at a much more upscale store than the Walmart. You can get it at Sears. You know what I mean? Go get it at the Sears. Spend an extra couple bucks on it at the Sears. It'll look a bit more like the Michael Jackson jacket than the one at the Walmart.
Okay. Everybody, they having a conversation, and you looking at the kid, and he got tears in his eyes. And shit.
Bro, that was me. I was a kid with the tears, is what I'm trying to really tell you. I'm giving y'all real life. That's why I've been laughing. I'm giving you real life examples of how I got my shitty ass jacket from my daddy. Anyways, rest in peace, Daddy. Thanks for the jacket.
You still waiting on your members only code, huh?
little boogers and snot going on you. Okay.
Thanks, Dad. Never wore that thing, not even
goodness.
one time, bro. But anyways, that's where we are, man. We kind of have to take a pause for a second, look at the situation. Even in the chat, there's folks saying, you know what, like it's all different. We got a whole different coaching staff, and it's just different. It's gonna be great. Proven is the word that we have to use. My guy Joe Vizzo like pulled it right out of my head, and that was the problem with the Khalil Mack trade. The Khalil Mack trade was just that, you know, Mitch wasn't the guy, and he didn't know whether he was the guy or not. He jumped the gun, thought he was doing the right thing, and to be frank with you, what's really funny is two of my close friends are Raiders fans, and I was razzing them about this potential trade for a year, like for the year before, going, you know what? He's going to wind up in Chicago. I'm like, no, bro, he's not going to wind up. And when he did, I called both of these dudes just and just laughed my head off. And I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Problem is, Mitch wasn't the greatest thing since sliced bread, and that was really the issue that we should have got roasted on the side.
Hey, Black Rain.
Black Rain. You see, it never wore it one time. It just hung up in the closet, and that was it, man. That was the end of the jacket.
They say that it cooked you up, kid.
you done know, bro. You done know. That's too funny.
That's freaking hilarious, man. But yeah, this is where we are.
That razor wire.
So from this point now, let me take this down. This point now, Mr. The Canuck is going to take Mr. FFG polls into free agency and see. Try not to talk through it too much. Just give your virtues a little bit, but don't get long-winded, FFG. Just make a move and don't fret about it. That's my advice I would give you. But whatever role you want me to play, I'll play that role.
Sweet.
All right.
So I'm gonna try my best to walk you through as much of this as we can, because it gets tedious and it takes forever. But
right. So I can tell you right now, you can scroll down past the first 6 or 7 names. I ain't messing with none of them contracts unless I was to restructure. What do you call its contract? Edmonds. That's the only one I would mess with to restructure it, to pay him less, to give him a little more of a payout now, so we can maybe get rid of him next year.
Okay, so are you sure? But we'll start with Tremaine. Tremaine, if you restructured him, you would basically pull in an additional almost $7 million. Right now, the cap space is 63 million. So that would put us in and around 60, almost around 70 mil. Is that something?
Yeah, I would restructure his deal. I can restructure his deal.
Okay. So we quick jump past a couple of these guys. We'll leave that for now. Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift.
Cole, Swift, DJ, all of them. I'm not touching it. Caleb Williams, Kevin Byard. For now, I need a veteran safety. We got to get TJ in a good deal. I'm going to keep Everett for now because I think he was misused last year, just like Cole Kmet was.
DeMarcus Walker.
Here's my biggest issue. If I cut him, I save $5 million. Mm-hmm. I'd rather trade him, though. I'd rather put him in a trade deal to wipe all his cap off the books so we don't see him at all. So I'm just going to – if I can't cut him flat out, I'm looking to trade him at some point during this offseason.
Do you mind some advice from your staff? Oh, I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone. I'll let you go.
Well, no, because that's the only contract that I see where we're paying for limited production now. I'm not sure how Dennis Allen's going to use him either. So I'd have to – it's got to be laid out at some point. And he's got to say we're keeping these people too. That's really the biggest thing. For me, I think we can move on without him because this is where I can get younger and better in the trenches. And not having to pay that $6-7 million.
Okay. So it don't sound like you want no advice. I'm gonna let you roll.
Yep, it's either he's cut or traded.
Who you cutting?
You gonna cut DeMarcus Walker.
You cutting him? Or you keeping him? $5 million.
For now, I got to keep him just because I haven't talked to my coach if he was going to use his cat or not, or I could use him as trade bait. So I got to keep him for now.
All right. So no Roma Dunze, no
Dunze, Kyler, he'll probably get a contract at some point. I'm just not in a hurry because he's been banged up for 2 years. So
I'm just looking at guys where
I can slow play that contract because he could get an extension at any time this year.
I'm just looking at guys who are going to actually provide you with a decent contribution to the cap. So Ryan Bates.
We haven't got to him yet. But you're only saving 1 point, or is the savings $4 million?
So savings is $4 million if we cut him. 1.8 if we restructure.
Yeah. See, I can get rid of him.
But you're Ryan Pohl.
He's thinking about retiring. He's thinking about retiring anyway. So, and to me, he's not going to be a starter next year on my team that I'm building. So he can go.
Bye-bye. Ryan Poles really likes him. You've had a change of heart, Ryan Poles.
Don't give a damn.
Uh-oh. Ryan Poles. He ain't playing around. So we got Brisker you're keeping. Braxton Jones, I'm sure you're keeping. Anybody else with a solid contribution?
Ellings I'm keeping.
Yeah,
Jonathan Owens really don't make
enough
money for me to mess with him right now. Jervon, Stevenson, Pickens, Ron Amagaji, they're all keepers.
They're just not connecting enough. Oh, here's one.
Who, Pickens?
No.
Dom Rob.
Oh, man.
$1 million bucks.
This is where I just
Yeah,
make me want to slap somebody. But I got it.
Hey, FFG, I haven't made the video on Dom Rob yet, so I'm just going to.
That's okay. In my opinion, it's hard for you not to get on the field every week and being and showing something in practice. I mean, for 2 straight seasons, you barely played and you've been a healthy scratch. I mean, you can't tell me one of them weeks when we was down a lineman or two, they couldn't have put you in there to do something. You know, you weren't beating out the dudes that was broke up and wasn't even playing. Couldn't get in game, couldn't dress. So at this point, failed experiment. Sorry, Ryan, you got to go. Peace.
Smell that one coming here. Just considering the safety situation, I assume you're going to keep Elijah Hicks, but tell me differently. Here's another one, and Nomad he's on the he's just on the list, bro. You don't have to get mad. But Noah Sewell,
just under I think he's going to be used better. I think he's going to be used better, more of a rush linebacker this year.
Okay.
So I think his ceiling will grow tremendously with the attacking defensive style that Allen runs. So everybody else on there, that's good.
Why am I going to get mad about his choices?
Because you clearly he holds a special place in your heart.
Man, sit your ass down.
All right, fine.
Next.
Yeah, you see, he had that on deck.
That's how he began talking. That's why.
I'm just saying, I didn't even talk trash. I said some nice stuff. He hit it anyhow. So
all right, we can continue.
All right, you're sure? I just want to roll back up to the top. There's a couple of big recontracts that you could do to really get yourself a couple more bucks. But we're at $74 million in cap. Are you cool with that?
I mean, maybe if you want to restructure Montez's deal to bring in another.
Wait a minute. Before you go further, let me point something out to you. You're going to have a chance to circle back around once you
not here, not with Montez.
He can't do that.
Not with there's certain guys that he will, certain guys that he won't. This restructure for Montez is now or never. The restructure for DJ Moore is now or never as well. So
because they're making more than what we're actually paying them this year, right?
Yeah.
They're a negative cap hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can push that forward. If you want, it'll put you.
Well, if that's the case, then I would restructure Montez. All
right, so just shy of $90 million on the cap. All right, I think you're good. I think you got plenty of space to rock and roll. Hey, what's up? Do it all 36. Alex, Trapper Keeper, the Scrolls, Chris Foster. Give you guys a little bit of love. Let's continue as we proceed to give you what you need. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's the first portion of all this. Let's look at the second portion. This is whether we re-sign these particular players, transition tag them, or franchise tag them. I will preface this by saying I don't think there is a Chicago Bear that requires a transition tag or a franchise tag, with the slight exception of potentially Jack Sanborn. That being said, take a gander at this list and tell me what you think. Adrian Colbert.
Colbert, Amir Speed, Ogbongbemiga. I would offer him a contract. I'd re-sign him just because he plays great special teams, and we need another linebacker. It's already high experience because we want to attack. I give him 20%.
Yeah.
I give him 20% for 2 years.
Low ball. It's all good. I'll give him a little bit more than that.
Kedz couldn't give him enough money. He couldn't keep him. Remember that?
Oh, the last time? That's right. I love this player. I think he's really good. He's one of my.
Let's go up to 35.
I think you tried to give him 50%. That motherfucker turned it down, man.
So, how much did I try to give him?
Tried to give him 50%. He turned it down.
Yeah.
Go up to 35. Let's see.
3,500? 3.5?
No. We still win $1 million, but I want to give him. Let's go 40%. 40%.
Oh, 35%. You're saying? Okay. All right. Still $1 million. I'll give him 1.2. I will go 1.2.
Wait, that's 3.5.
Alex Machado, by the way, he says, you think Sanborn is a Dennis Allen dude? He likes speed and covers dudes. I'm not sure he fits. I think Jack Sanborn is any defensive coordinator's kind of dude, man.
I give him 50%, Kedz.
I don't know that he gets signed because you got the next man up, and that's Noah Sewell that needs to get on the field. That's what I think is going to happen.
Wow.
I'm giving him 1.5.
I told you couldn't get it done. Don't give him too much, man. Let his ass go. He ain't worth it no way.
All right. For now,
this
you can always replace that.
All right, amen. God bless you. God bless you, man. So
it's in the water. He's gonna go somewhere else, man.
All right, Austin Reed. Yeah. You want somebody who's already been in the system, at least got a chance to play. We have young quarterbacks. We can't keep putting rookie after rookie behind Caleb. Nobody has actually seen the field or know what the game is about. They're not helping each other. That quarterback room is one of the worst ones we have.
So you want to keep Austin Reed? You want to resign?
Yeah, give him a 2-year deal, 20%. He ain't gonna make a lot of money anyway as a third stringer. So,
hey, you know what's funny about this comment by the Scrolls? He says, "I'm not racist, but I want to replace Sanborn." He's just responding to the energy he sees, and there's a lot of, I'm a Jack Sanborn fan, and I'm black as a goddamn your tires out there. You know what I mean? I love Jack Sanborn, but the truth is, it's a lot of caking for Jack Sanborn, and usually they white. I'm just being honest with you about it. It's the truth.
It's a funny conversation.
All right, we're gonna offer Bill Murray contract.
Okay, all right. I had a feeling that's
2 years, 1.5, 25%.
Ooh, you're giving him good money.
He's coming off injury.
25? Okay.
Not really.
Oh, he took that in a heartbeat.
The salary cap is not going up tremendously. We offered 20%.
So we got Byron Cowart. He took it, man. We're good. Byron Cowart or Carl Jones Jr.
See, for right now, I'm not signing none of them cats.
Okay.
Puda Ford is the only one I want. And I'm going to show you why later.
I don't think he winds up on this list. Jonathan Ford is who you're talking about. I got you.
Yeah, Jonathan Ford.
Yeah, see, he is on the list. Chris Glazer, Chris Williams. Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Coleman Shelton.
Nope. I'm gonna see if anybody offers him money in free agency. I can wait on him too. Colin Johnson, offer him a low ball just to have a big receiver in the mix.
Oh, you think you want some kind of money here, Colin? All right, let's
2 years, yeah. We're only getting 2 years. You can give him 20%, 25%.
didn't like it. I'm gonna try one more time with Colin Johnson and see what he thinks he's worth. Because
all right, well, we'll see.
We'll go 35%. Oh, he took it. All right, cool. All right, you're just messing around. Daniel Hardy, where did you go, Daniel? There he is. Daniel Hardy, Darrell Taylor, both on the edge.
Yeah, I'm keeping Hardy. He's a great special teams player, and he can develop into us, and he's cheap.
Oh, okay. He took cheap money too. Good. Darrell Taylor, you re-signing him or letting him go?
For now, I'm going to let him explore free agency just to see who comes to knock it.
You're gonna get an edge in free agency or in the draft anyhow, so I think you'll be fine there. Darrington,
I'm not really worried about that.
Little advice from the choir: you also need depth and rotation now.
this is true, and we did let go of edge rusher Dominique Robinson, who's here to be re-signed as well. I assume you're not going to re-sign him, but you might re-sign Darrington Evans or DeAndre Carter. Either one of those guys of interest.
You know what? I need a camp body. So Darrington Evans has always been reliable back, and he's not going to want a lot because he knows he's not going to be the starter. And he don't get hurt. He just comes in and plays. Whenever you call his name, no matter what team he on, he's sitting on the couch, he'll come in and give you 70, 80 yards in that game.
Oh, hell. Really? All right. Come on, Darrington.
He ain't playing with
Give him
y'all.
20%.
Oh, really?
Done with Chicago.
Yeah, he don't. He's not.
Give him the million. No, give him the million. But
right.
Make it for 2 years at 30%.
30.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Why are you spending so much on Darrington Evans and you know you're going to go in the draft and grab maybe two running backs? Why?
Because running backs get hurt all the time. That's why.
And he's a little ass running back.
You haven't seen the free agency market either by way of running backs either.
Yeah.
Up
That's
to you,
okay.
though. I love this kid, but I actually wouldn't extend him. I'm impressed with the offer.
I
really do like Darrington Evans, man. It's I shouldn't be talking. Let me shut the fuck up.
All right. Well, he didn't want it. All right.
Okay. All right.
So no. You keep going down the list.
Doug Kramer?
I looked at those next couple people. None of them.
No Douglas Coleman.
Going.
Jack Sanborn.
Sanborn.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. He's
I'm out from $4 million.
$4 million. Okay.
What the fuck?
It's for 2 years. $4 million for 2 years. That's $2 million a year.
We'll take it.
Way more than he making now.
Hell yeah. He's good with that. Jack Sanborn jumped on. How about edge rusher Jacob Martin?
Yep.
Yeah.
When healthy, he plays very well. But since he stays hurt, we can lowball him again.
Let me try. There we go. He took a team friendly. Jake Curhan on the offensive tackle. Jamry Chroma. Jalen Jones.
I'm going to look around for a tackle.
Okay.
Because I think we could do better than Curran. Because he didn't play that well when he got thrust into position. He looked out of place for his position that he was supposed to be slotted for. when he had to play tackle, he just didn't look well, even playing right tackle. So, and Chroma is somebody that I can always pick up later, because these aren't going to be highly sought after dudes. These are mostly practice squad players that you can pick up later or somebody same equivalent down the road. Jalen Jones, though, yeah, I'm offering him a contract. We need quality people in the secondary.
Took a team friendly. I love it. Joel Wilson, tight end.
Nope.
Yeah, I've never heard of you. John Jackson, wide receiver. Caleb's best friend. No? Here's your boy, John Ford. Oh,
yep.
Wait. Yeah.
Hey, John Jackson. Did you say John Jackson?
Hell no. I'm talking about Jonathan Ford.
Capital T. Soft.
Oh, more love for John Jackson. All right. So we got Jonathan Ford here. We'll give him.
You can keep John and Tito and all the Jacksons, Marlon and all of them.
Jordan Murray, tight end.
Nope.
Josh Blackwell.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, come on, stop playing with me. Yeah, it's Blackwell.
2 years. We'll give him a little bit more up front. Yeah, he took it. Perfect. Keenan Allen.
Nope.
Okay. Larry Borum.
Nope.
Mercedes Lewis. No. Matt Pryor.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I was like, you're not going to sign Matt Pryor? I'm surprised.
Matt Pryor was our best lineman last year. What are you talking about?
That's why I was surprised.
I'm offering him look. He can get 2.5
outside of Darnell Wright. It's a hard argument, boy.
I'll try and get him for 1.5.
Nah, I'm telling you, I would give him a little extra since he played a lot last year, and he's probably going to have to play some this year too.
Watch. Oh, there you go. And for 1.5, 40% up front. He's happy. We're happy. Saved you a couple of bucks. Right. Simba Webster.
Nope.
No, Patrick Scales. So Patrick Scales and Scott Daly, we have them both available. Same money. Those are our long snappers. We only need one.
Daly is the one I would keep because he's younger.
I was just going to say Patrick Scales and me, we were born months apart, I believe. So there we go.
Time out. What just happened with Patrick Scales?
I just said he was old.
He's old and hurt.
And you letting him go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
Yeah, you only got one job. I ain't paying you $3-4 million to snap the ball every now and then.
When they get old, they get
F capital T. Soft.
Where's he? All right, Scott Daly. Gonna have to give you a little bit more money, bro, but that's gonna result in you.
That's all right. We can absorb that because we were paying Patrick Scales last year.
We're paying them both. Yeah, we're paying them both.
Right. So we're saving money just by paying him a little extra. All right, Ricky Stromberg.
Yeah.
Keep him on the team.
Keep him?
Yeah, you always gonna need interior linemen. And so if he actually pans out, this is a really cost-effective way to keep a quality offensive lineman, especially since he's been hurt. He's going to have to earn his money. So give him a 2-year deal. Yep, he took it.
He took minimum money. Ryan Bates, you already cut, so I assume you don't care.
Nope. Ain't resigning Carlson.
The guy just had to be getting money while he rehabbing shit, getting his shit right.
That's it. So no Stephen Carlson.
No.
Tavarius Moore, no.
Tavarius Moore, no.
Here's a
Devin
big
Jenkins, I'm sorry, homie.
Okay.
Hold up. Before you do that, can I get you to consider something? Because we're looking for depth and rotation. You know, we can only do so much in free agency. We can only attract so many in free agency. And so, you know, we still need, if we sign 2 more starting guards, we still need Pryor and we still need Tevin Jenkins, in my opinion.
But guess who we re-signed up at the top? Big boy on the left side.
Okay. We're going to sign 2. I imagine you signed Bill Murray already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock up guard. Yes, sir. Jeff Diggins, see you. So I got my backup.
So we got the Canadian Eagle, and we got Theo Bennett, and we got Travis Homer.
I mean, you know what? I think he could, with right coaching, he could actually be somebody. So I can afford to give him a little bit of cash, Theo Benedict, just for, depth piece to development, because you still have to have some of them.
Yeah,
so
he took minimum money. We're good to go with Theo and Travis Homer.
Gone. See you, bro.
Okay. Nomad's Vex. There's certain players, Travis Homer's one of them. He's been trying to sell me on Travis Homer for 3 years. I am not buying.
Sit your ass down.
So we off to the next one.
All right.
I'll be right back, fellas. I gotta pop out for a second.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right, kids, you can continue.
Boom. We are moving forward. So we are officially in free agency now, sir. Here's the list. You tell me where you want to start, and we'll start looking at some players, see what we want to sign. Tevin gone, Bear Truth 9 says. Bear Truth, you came just in time for this, man. I know you love this.
All right, so let's start at offensive guard.
All right. Boom. The tippy. Okay. There's some good names here. So Zach Martin, James Daniels, Kevin Zeitler, Nate Herbig. There's some good names here. So those are the 4 names that are above Ryan Bates, who we just cut. Any of those interest you? We also cut Tevin Jenkins, who's on this list too.
Yeah.
Whole lot of former Chicago on this list, really.
Hey, right. A lot of Bears.
Mm-hmm.
So are they saying that old boy's not a free agent?
Who are you talking about?
Mekhi Becton?
I think he shows up as there you go. Number 1 offensive tackle.
Oh, they have a tackle. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He can play both.
So here's my way of thinking. This is where I want to spend my money. If I'm gonna do this right, I'm gonna get Mekhi Becton, and I'm offering him about $8 million a year. And I'm gonna guarantee you that's a 4-year deal, 50%. So after 2 years, I can let him go. If I got somebody that I draft here this year or the next year that can take over his spot, or he can be the rotational piece. By then he'll be 30. So I want everybody to have a chance to play. So Mekhi Becton, we're going to offer a contract.
So let's offer him exactly what you said and see if he bites. $8 million. You said 2 years.
No, 4 years. 4 years. Right, but 50% guarantee, which means after 2 years, I don't have to pay him no more. No, 4 years.
You're going to take that so fast? I bet you I can get this for 6. There you go. Got yourself a Mekhi Becton. Who else are you looking at? Like, quite frankly,
right below him, Alaric Jackson.
I'll just stick on this tackle view because
Mekhi
can swing into guard. Alaric Jackson is now your linchpin and an upgrade to Braxton.
I'm offering I'm offering him $10 million 4 years, 60%.
60. Now you're crazy.
No, because I'm gonna put a lot of this in upfront money. 4 years, 60%. I want young talent in the building. I don't want old and beat up and stay hurt.
Truth be told, we're in the overpaid market.
Right. So this is did he accept it?
He's taking it. Like, there's no way I could have got it for half that. I'm just doing what you're asking me to do. So
that's fine.
There he goes.
All right. Now go to center.
50 mil left over, which ain't bad.
Right. We still got $50 million.
Yeah.
Trust me, we straight. Go center.
So we're looking at center. I don't see the big name at center that everybody's talking about. So tippy top center Ryan Kelly. Number 2 is a guy we cut.
So Dahlman is not. They're not saying Dahlman's going to be a free agent.
What they're saying here is that he was in some capacity restructured or paid by retained by his team.
Uh-oh. Now you're playing catch up.
Yeah. That's why when I do these, I keep Coleman Shelton, but here we are.
We can still re-sign him. We don't have to pay him an arm and a leg.
Oh, he's gonna ask for an arm and a leg. He's a free agent now. So let me just
don't pay him this draft, bro. That's my advice to you.
Well, we have Ricky Strongberg waiting in the wings. We didn't sign Doug Kramer, so we could have him as a 2-year bid.
Coleman
He's
Shelton.
29.
Coleman Shelton in pilfering mode. He knows we need him. And this is an assumption that we can't draft. I think you can draft and get a Coleman Shelton or better.
But that is under the assumption that there is a Coleman Shelton in the draft, right? That's the question.
Who it is?
I don't know. I'm
not
not sure if this is a center heavy.
Well, let's see if he'll take 4.5. That
40%. Coleman
Shelton.
Probably will.
I'll make him a bridge center.
Original one wants to ask you a question. FF Polls. He says, "How much money goes to the rookies that get drafted?
18
How much
million.
money do you have to allocate for the rookies?
Yeah,
18 million, give or take a couple bucks.
No, it's probably closer to 12.
Like 15. I think it's like 15.
I think it's 12, 13. I will show you that original
It depends
one.
on where we draft too, how high up the list, because we're gonna have a lot of higher draft picks this year.
They actually cordon off that. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, and we'll get back to it. That's a good
job. Good job, Paul. Kedz is operating like a motherfucker here, man. Good job there.
No worries. So yeah, it's 12. Just over $12 million reserved for draft picks.
So right. I think we're gonna have more than that because we're gonna have higher draft picks. They're gonna make more.
Another
money.
thing is that they're raising the salary cap, so you can add a couple, 2-3 million to that.
Okay.
Yeah, but offer him 35-40%.
Oh no, he'll take.
See if he'll come back because he's gonna have to compete for his job. He's not coming back as a starter.
How many
years?
years?
Off him 35%. That means we can him after 1 year.
1 year?
Most people don't play for 10%.
Oh yeah,
no, 35%.
I put it up to 35. I could probably get him for 10.
We're good.
How many years?
3 years is cool because we're gonna pay most of that money up front. Yep. Hell, make it 2. Make it 2.
Too late. He took it. My bad.
All right.
But he took it. So we got ourselves a center. It's not outlandish.
All right. Let's go to Edge.
We paid Coleman Shelton.
Rob. Shut up.
Oh, damn.
The guy I wanted wasn't available, so.
Oh my God, you could have drafted, bro, but I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, he still can. He still can.
I still can draft. That is still on the table. So let's go to Edge.
You're right. I just saw some poor film, some really, really poor film, and I'm just biased right now. I apologize.
That's okay. What about at guard before we go to Edge? Are you done with the offensive line? You think you're good? Because I'm staring at James Daniels.
Yeah, because I'm gonna draft a starting offensive lineman and a backup.
All right, that's what I want to hear. Perfect.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Coach Johnson has something to say. I think the opportunity to get a versatile James Daniels is a little bit too good to pass up under the circumstances. And I think you can get him. It ain't gonna hit you over your head with money. You're gonna draft the guys.
Well, if that's the case, you get Kevin Zeitler, who is a great guard. It's 35 and will play for less money. That already has a rapport with the coach and knows what he likes.
I shall be quiet now.
So Edge, or do you want Zeitler?
I want edge.
All right. There's a big name. So there's some decent. Needed to do a quick scroll down. So names that jump out to me here: Preston Smith, Khalil Mack, Von Miller, and Josh Sweat. Those would be the guys that I would be looking at. What are your thoughts? Is there a different name you're interested in?
Yeah, scroll down a little bit. I still don't see old boy on here. I know he only had a 1-year deal with New Orleans.
See? Yeah, that's exactly why I scrolled down, because I don't see him. He'd be right at the top.
Right, he'd be right at the top.
Yeah, so they re-signed him in this simulation.
Okay.
He was re-signed. There's your boy Travis Gibson. You're talking about top.
Hell no.
All right. So any of these guys make sense to you? I think Josh Sweat is probably the guy to talk about.
He is, but I mean, my thing is defense is the easiest thing to draft this year. The easiest and most abundant tackles and edges. So I'm not going to waste a bunch of money in free agency on those positions where I can load up. So go to wide receiver, please.
Done. How's Darius Slayton listed here above Keenan Allen? That's crazy. Now, I'm actually a Darius Slayton fan, but
he ain't worth the money.
What's the problem? What's the problem with Darius Slayton?
SOF capital T. Soft.
and he wasn't on the Giants for years and years and years.
That's the real problem. That's the real problem. So let's scroll down and take a closer look. So Slayton, Allen, Mari Cooper, Alan Lazard, Tyler Lockett, Brandon Cooks. It's an old list. It's like I could have printed this list. I could have printed this list 2 years ago. Demarcus Robinson, Mike Williams,
Sharp, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
KJ Osborne, which he's not actually a bad third receiver.
We're actually going to start to go down into some better stuff. So like Elijah Moore ain't bad. KJ Osborne ain't bad. Josh Reynolds ain't bad.
It's either Elijah Moore or Tim Patrick.
There he is.
For my
Tim Patrick
that I really want, and I could get Tim Patrick for next to nothing.
KJ,
Set your ass down.
Why you trying to dog pay these guys, man? You trying to get something for nothing, man. You gotta make good picks. Don't be worrying about how to budget.
He's a quality, him or Elijah Moore, which I like Moore a little bit better.
You just try to show the people that you can budget and you can cheap pay people, man. Sometimes you just got to get the right dude.
Yeah, but he's coming off injuries. So dudes that are coming off injuries, they got to earn the money. It'd be different if you was just tearing it up and you could command money. It's not the same.
Who'd you say is coming off an injury?
Tim Patrick was out the year before and most of the year before that on injury. He was injured.
Mm-hmm. So let me just give you some names here. Tim Patrick would be one. Guys that we can like. You got about 47 and change to spend. So Tim Patrick, just guys that jump out. I saw another Tutu Atwell.
Morris garbage. Keep going.
I saw somebody else.
Tony ain't nothing.
Yeah, you're not gonna be anything down here you want to really look at. So Tutu Atwell, Kadarius Toney, I wouldn't do it.
I got Tutu Atwell on my team.
Bell, that'd be interesting for peanuts. Yes, you know what I mean. But Quez Watkins, Mad Speed, Paris Campbell.
But I can't have these little dudes just stay getting broke up either.
Laviska Shenault?
No. So let's see how much Elijah Moore will accept. Let's see if he'll accept $6 million.
Is it just me or
wait, I could get Elijah Moore for 1.5. I'll put money on
You
it.
sure?
Hell, I'll put 50% up. 2 years. He's a wide receiver, which is a
3-year deal, but most of his money's gonna be paid up front anyway, so
he'll take it. Oh, he rejected it. Okay, we'll give him a little bit more. Give him a little bit more. Where'd you go, Elijah? Hey. Let's give him 2. 3-year deal, 50% up front. Wow. Elijah Moore, really? So you said 6. We can go on to 6. I'll give him 3.5.
Read the comments, y'all.
George from Arizona, he's a receiver who can block too.
Oh man, the homie ain't here. Right now, normally I'd be singing the praises of Mac Hollins, but it looked like he got retained in this sim. Yeah, a blocking receiver should be on the radar here in some capacity.
How tall is Dortch?
We took 3 mil.
Dortch is like a tweener, man.
Like
Tweener.
tight end tweener?
No, like a receiver, running back. You can get some. He's one of those weapon kind of guy. You can weaponize Dortch.
Okay.
I'm just looking at guys who can block. I
just need somebody who can return kicks.
So here we are. So
Nick Rimmer, mine St. Brown. EQ St. Brown, that's not a bad. He's a very, very good blocking receiver, man. That's why he was able to stay here a couple of years, man, because he was able to get down the field and block and sustain them. That's what, be honest with you, that's what Ben Johnson's looking for, bro.
Well, I don't know if there's anybody like that here.
Sometimes it's obvious.
Maybe DJ
Dortch return punts.
Greg Dortch. No.
That's what I thought. All right, let's go back. Let's look at tight end.
EQ it would be a really good pickup, and you ain't got to pay nothing but a bag of goddamn sunflower seeds.
But you get him for a bag of chips later, so is he
even on this list? I don't see no EQ.
Yeah, he's on the list. Tight end, kids.
Oh. Gotcha. So big names here: Juwan Johnson, Noah Fant, Harrison Bryant. Zach Ertz is about 37.
Like 60.
Mike Gesicki, a little bit younger, but still getting up there in age. Same thing with CJ Zuma. I like CJ though, he's good.
I kind of like Mo Ali Cox. He's a good blocker.
Oh, did you see him?
Mm-hmm. Go back up.
There he is. Mo Ali Cox would not be a bad look either. Did you want to offer him something?
Y'all take a peek at the chat, man. They're telling y'all some stuff that's real, man. EQ
wants to be back.
Yes.
EQ. Yo. Homie didn't do nothing here except for maybe
the best blocking receiver we had in a long time.
Darn straight. That's about it.
That's what they're looking for.
Okay. We'll go back, and if you guys want to do the EQ thing, I'm with it.
But EQ is not a top priority in free agency. Somebody you can wait for 2 weeks or whatever and negotiate with. They're not going to people ain't be knocking down his door to get him. But Mo Ali Cox.
Sometimes you gotta just make the move, bro. Just get him secure.
So you want to do something with Mo Ali Cox?
Yeah, I need a blocker. I need a big bruiser that can catch the simple passes.
Scroll said you can sign EQ for a 7-day Netflix free trial. That is probably cool, man. Hey, Evan. Hey, you know what? Scrolls your ass.
Sit your ass down.
That was great, Scrolls. That's so funny. Because I was thinking like all I kept picturing is just a dude throwing peanuts over a fence and EQ kind of scurries out. You know what I mean? But that's way better than.
All right, let's see if we could offer him $4 million.
$4 million.
40% for 2
years.
years.
40%. You give him.
Yep.
You know, you got 2 other tight ends you're paying right now, right? But
yeah, but I want them to all listen. I need to be able to run the ball.
You took it. So you got yourself a tight end.
All right, let's look at safety.
Cool.
Hey, make sure you guys hit the like button, man.
So top names are Justin Reed, Javon Holland, Marcus Williams, Justin Simmons, Xavier Woods, Jeremy Chin, Julian Blackman. Any of these names jump out to you? Quandre Diggs. We're getting a little bit lower. Deion Bush, Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith, like 35 too.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are older.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. Oh, Micah Hyde. But again, he's very old.
Most of these guys are old.
Mm-hmm.
So, Micah Hyde, all of them, they're all 30 plus. So the only one really is worth any kind of money that you're going to be able to keep around is Holland. But he's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
So do you want to do this, or do you want to look into the draft for safety?
Nah, I'm going to save my money here.
Okay.
I also would like to another position just to see who's available at running back.
I'm going to watch you pick up a running back here. I'm going to watch you pick up 2. I didn't expect this guy.
I just want to see who's available.
Okay. I would do a low wallet share deal with this guy in a heartbeat because I'm sick of seeing him run all over us.
You got to say it out loud because everybody can't see that.
Oh, we're talking about Aaron Jones. We're talking about Aaron Jones. The other guy, when I said 2, the other guy that I expected to see on the list is Jordan Mason.
Wait a minute. How old is Aaron Jones?
He's old. He's got to be 30.
SOF capital T. Soft.
I don't. He's not soft.
He is now.
Eddie.
He is now. Yeah.
Is Zach Moss healthy?
Let's find out.
Julian Parker is trying to tell y'all something about EQ. All your screens and the long run plays come from wide receiver blocks. If you watch that video that I put out there about simplifying the game and with Caleb Williams involved, they're going to have to run a lot of that kind of stuff. And in order to pull that stuff off, you need guys to be able to block downfield. And he's talking about EQ. I'm 100% sure he's saying that.
So Zach Moss was hurt last season.
Yeah.
He's coming off injury. I don't know. Maybe I can find out a little bit.
FF Pose, you got a question here. Nick Rimberg wants to ask, would you trade DeAndre Swift for Breece Hall if you could?
No. Injury history.
Okay.
I don't want dudes always broke up. That's our problem.
I can dig it.
Either the linemen or the running backs. When last time a running back, other than this past year, played a whole season and wasn't never hurt? I don't remember one. Can you? Somebody played 10, 12, 15 games in a row for the Bears?
Bear Truth 9 says
Matt Forte?
FFG style is funny. Everything he says is a sound of urgency and uncut.
It's the truth. I'm not here to bullshit around.
Be like, would you sign him? Please. All right. So looking at these running backs, like I said, the guys who jump out to me, you were interested in Zach Moss. He's coming off an injury, and you're not about that injury. Jordan Mason.
I don't want injury prone, and I don't want old. So we can skip all these dudes. Okay. Yeah, let's just go right to the draft.
Right to the draft.
Trying to make up. This is where we make our money.
Alex Machado has his request in. He says he needs Blackman and Chin. They're only 26 years old. He's talking about the safeties. Consider that. The same.
Well, Jeremy Chin, I mean, are you going to play him at free safety or are you going to play him at strong safety?
Jeremy Chin is definitely at this point a strong safety.
What about Julian Blackman?
Right. So then now you're taking
Julian
Brisker
Blackman
and telling him to go home.
Julian
Take his
Blackman,
ball.
flexible. Definitely flexible. Julian Blackman, I love him coming out. And Flus had his hands on him. Really solid player.
Any interest, FFG?
It depends on what they want, because safeties now trying to get paid like starting quarters, and they don't impact the game as much.
All right,
At least not to what I've seen.
let's slow this man down. This man sounds like he has a lot of conviction. Let FFG cook. Let him cook. And just abide by what he asked for. Might
So
be
if we did this,
So Nick Rembert, Dameon Pierce is available. I'm gonna put this. So Dameon Pierce was coming off of injury last season, replaced by by Joe Mixon. Came back midseason, had a couple of great games, but because he's behind Joe Mixon, we just really didn't see him. Might be a decent look at low wallet share money by way of running back for you.
well, Scrolls, I'm not Angelo either. Now, if Blackman is only making 3.7 mil, that's a deal for
safety.
Interchangeable safety.
I can get him for
At
less
safety.
than-
Well, let's
I
see
can
what we
get
can
him.
get, Kedz.
I can get him for 2.5.
Oh no, you're just making 3.7, so
And we'll do it for 2 years. You know what? We'll leave it for 3. We'll give him a little
that's
bit up front. Give him 40%. Oh, no, really? He's making 7, you say. We'll give him a little bit more. We'll give him a little bit more. Let's say 3.5.
This is a good exercise to see the common sense that needs to happen when you're assembling your roster. How much you pay a guy versus how much you know. This is a good exercise, man.
We got him 50 cents on the dollar. So that worked out perfectly. He's going to get his 7 up front and, about 3.5 on the back end. We don't really have to worry about it. So it works out very well. Safety.
now what I'm looking at this, or so people don't misconstrue this, I'm looking at people that we need right away, not all the rotational pieces you can get, not every single thing that you can get the first, because I'm looking at the first 2 or 3 days, first week of free agency. There's a lot of players that are still going to be available in the second week, third week, and when you still have money, then you can say, okay, here's where now I need to shore up this or that, where you could take and you could start offering the cheaper deals to guys.
Just make
These
your
are more your
just
that
make
you want
your
to have.
decision. Just make your decision.
All right. So let's go to the draft. Let's
So
get
before we do that, there's one position you didn't look at, and that is interior defensive line. And the reason I'm bringing it up specifically is because our interior defensive line was a bloody sieve last year. Once Andrew Billings went down, do you want to get somebody who can rotate with Billings?
Yeah, I kept Ford,
Cool.
and I'm finna draft. And I'm finna draft the dude. Trust me, I'm finna draft.
Cool.
Big boy.
I'm just covering bases.
This is
You're
where I'm
done
gonna save
with-
my money on the line. And
You're done with,
free agency is cool, but I wanted some quality starters, a third piece like a tight end, receiver, third safety. But now I could really go and fill in. So in case people do go down, I have somebody in that spot.
Hey,
come right in.
No maniacs. Do me a favor. Answer this question. Do we need to get? Do me and Kedz need to get FFG in the utility closet and have a conversation, or should we just let him cook? Answer that question. Let them answer.
I'm letting the man cook, but I will give you one last one. So everybody's been up and down about this Equinemius St. Brown situation. Did you want to offer him a contract before we get out of here?
Don't make me get you in the closet. Don't make me get you in the closet now.
All right.
You can try. Come up here in the snow.
Nick said, "Let you
More than
cook."
welcome.
Nick said, "Let you cook."
We're cooking.
Let's go.
So there we have it. We saved just about $36 million in cap space, which we could allocate to a Trey Smith or some sort of big name person out there in the world. But that's.
And here's the thing that y'all are all missing about the people we signed. Look who we didn't sign back. That's giving us another 4th round draft pick because of the contract for Keenan Allen. Boom! I just got a free draft pick.
Say that again, sir.
Mr. Charles says, "Let that man do his job, please."
Say that again. Explain what you just said. How do we get a 4th rounder back? Is that actually
you have to spend so much money? You have to spend so much money in free agency, and if you don't, and what you lost and what we lost, all the money that we lost is less than what we actually paid out. So we get that compensation back from the league.
Interesting.
So
if that results in a 4th round pick, if that results in a 4th round draft pick, that was well played, sir. I am impressed. We're going to continue on and go through your roster. I'm going to download it here. So the FFG style roster. Caleb Williams at quarterback, Tyson Bagent at quarterback, Roschon Johnson at running back. Wait a minute. Where is
I thought we signed Austin Reed.
Nope.
Signed who?
What happened to that? Austin Reed. No, I said to sign him because we can't keep going back and keep getting rookie after rookie. The quarterback class was so bad. I mean, we're so young. We need people that have actually played, have a little bit of experience. So I did sign Austin Reed.
You're right.
The minimum anyway.
Right, Take it easy. Take it easy. He's here. So Austin Reed, boom.
Yeah.
I was worried there because I thought I messed up. So there he is right there. We kept Austin Reed.
He's there.
That's your quarterback room. DeAndre Swift and Roschon. I was wondering where DeAndre Swift went too, but he's just over here. So DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson, Ian Wheeler is your running back room. Wide receiver room, DJ Moore, Romo Dunze, Elijah Moore, Colin Johnson, Tyler Scott. That's what the wide receiver room looks like. As far as tight ends are concerned, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, and Mo Alley Cox. We've also got as far as the offensive tackle room is concerned, we've got Alark Jackson, Mekhi Becton, Darnell Wright, Braxton Jones, Kiran Amagaji, and Theo Benedict. Guards, Bill Murray, Matt Pryor. Center, Coleman Shelton, and Ricky Stromberg. We've got DeMarcus Walker.
Be a guard.
Say again?
For us. Mekhi Becton is actually going to be a guard, not a tackle. So
that's cool. He'll swing either way, and he's, in my opinion, it's a great pickup because Matt Pryor will do the same thing. So you can really be interchangeable with the guys that you got on your squad so far. So I like it. Speaking of guard, Bill Murray, Matt Pryor. Speaking of Matt Pryor, that leads us down to center with Coleman Shelton and Ricky Stromberg. Next up, we've got interior defensive linemen, DeMarcus Walker, Andrew Billings, Javon Dexter, Zach Pickens, and Jonathan Ford. On the edge, we've got Montez Sweat, Jacob Martin, Daniel Hardy, and Austin Booker. Linebacker core, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell. Corners, Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Tariq Stevenson, Jalen Jones, and also Josh Blackwell. Real talk, Josh Blackwell is maybe your punt returner. Just I know you were kind of looking for one at some point there, but that might work out. He returned punts for us a couple of times this season. Terrell Smith is the final cornerback in the room. Moving on to safety, we've got Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, Julian Blackman, Jonathan Owens, Elijah Hicks. Moving on to long snapper, we have Scott Daly, kicker, Cairo Santos, and Torrey Taylor at punter.
You know what? Let's get it. Let's keep it moving, man, because I like what you're doing, man. FFG is owning this shit, man. He's owning this shit. He's like, he ain't nervous. He ain't scared about none of this shit. He's like,
out of Pepe.
that shit. Be the daddy. Be the daddy. Keep cooking, cuz.
All right.
Let's keep rolling.
So we're going to roll right on to the draft. And FFG going to take us through, putting it in as a fast draft. And here we go. Boom. The Bears are on the clock. Here are your offers. For the 10th pick and the 149th pick, Atlanta is offering us the 15th and the 46th.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna 19th and 53 for only the 10th pick. I'll go back to the Green Bay, although I would never trade with them. 23rd, 54th, and 87. Like, this is a really good offer, though.
That's a hell of an offer right there, though.
It's a good offer, right? You're getting 3 picks in the top 100.
Yeah.
It's the Packers. So,
but I'm just afraid of who they're going to take at number 10. You know, that could do us harm immediately.
And you should be.
Now the Falcons, I'm not giving you 149. That's 2 picks for 2 picks. Nah. Go back to the other one.
So this is the Tampa Bay. This is the third one. You want to see the Green Bay again?
Yeah. So the Tampa, I would take that.
You're gonna take the Tampa Bay.
Take that. Because I want a bunch of players in a certain. This is a great deal. I just don't trust those bastards.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason why. So let's just take a quick peek at what's going on here. So the draft started out like this. Shadur Sanders goes number 1 to the Tennessee Titans. The Browns get Cam Ward, so quarterback, back to back. There goes the big. There goes the big. You know exactly where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly where I'm going.
All right, they want Ashton-Jeanty.
They want Ashton-Jeanty. That's exactly where I'm going. So Will Campbell goes to the Giants. Abdul Carter goes to the Patriots. Travis Hunter goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Raiders get Mason Graham. Jets get Will Johnson. Malachi Starks goes to the Panthers. And New Orleans gets Ted McMillan, which leaves these 2 really good picks in Michael Williams on the edge and Ashton-Jeanty. So I'm pretty sure, just as you're saying, they want to drop down for Ashton-Jeanty. And the question is, are you willing to do that, or do you want to make the trade with Tampa Bay? Or do you want to select one of these players?
The thing is, there's nobody here that I have to have at this particular spot. And that's the thing that I was looking at. The top-notch players have already gone. So almost everybody in the next 15 picks are interchangeable to me. So, man, I want to do this trade with Green Bay, but I can't trust them assholes for shit. Yeah, let's do the Tampa Bay trade.
Gone. Boom.
Yep.
Jeez. Get the bricks.
You're gonna take some licks for that. Tell me that right now.
All right. So take that down. So who's been picked?
Oh wow. Okay. So moral of the story is Kelvin Banks Jr. dropped, and that's an interesting. Oh wow. Green Bay didn't take the. So we traded to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay took Michael Williams, Luther Burden. Ashton-Jeanty went to the Dallas Cowboys. The Finns took Tyler Booker. Tyler Warren went to the Colts. Atlanta got Siobhan Revell. James Pierce Jr. went to the Bucks. To the Cardinals. We've got the Bengals taking Armand Membu, which is a interesting.
That's how I was trying to see if we can slide down and get him, but he's already gone because I would have made him a guard. Okay.
Josh Simmons is gone as well, so there's somewhat semi-slim pickings, but Kelvin Banks has dropped a little bit. Kelvin Banks Jr. as far as offensive tackle.
We got a Larry Jackson, so I'm not worried. Let's look at guard.
You're gonna actually consider a guard at 19.
No, I said I want to look at guard.
So the top guard is rated 45th in the draft, and that is Wyatt Miller.
Miller. Okay.
So you could potentially trade back if you wanted to and still get a Wyatt Miller if that's what you wanted to do.
No, not for now. So let's look at edge.
Okay. Top edge here is Nick Scorton. Nick Scorton's actually very good.
Peep the to chat once in a while before you start doing things. Just to see what they're thinking about.
The Rex Smith is saying the only starting edge you got is Montez.
Right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the edge I really want is still going to be available in my next pick. Let's look at D tackle.
Derek Harmon, Tyleek Williams a little bit further back. Sorry, just wanted to look at that. Not a bad offer from Baltimore. So Tyleek Williams, Walter Nolan at 28, just around the end of the first. The rest of these guys are into the second round. Deion Walker's a super solid defensive tackle as well.
Yeah. So what was the trade again? I'm just curious.
So Baltimore's offering us pick number 27 as well as pick 59 for the 19th pick. The next offer is from the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, that's why, because you're going pretty far back. So they're offering 43, 75, and 99 for pick 19 and 242 and a second rounder next year.
No, that's too far back for me to go.
I agree. It's an
that was your first pick.
So
that was your first pick.
Are you
Baltimore had was it 27 and 59?
Yeah.
Paul Martin wants to know is a tight end here batshit crazy?
Yes. We got 3 quality starters now. Yeah.
For FFG's pick, for FFG's team, it's batshit crazy for sure. For the team that I put together a week or two ago, where I got rid of both Gerald Everett and Cole Kmet, a little bit less crazy. I wound up picking up a tight end, top of the second.
All right.
Anyways, are you taking this?
The consensus in the chat. The consensus in the chat. Just so y'all know, you do what you're gonna do, bro. But they're calling on Walter Nolan.
Right. That's okay. I'm taking this deal.
Boom. I can almost guarantee Walter Nolan will still be on the board. There he is. So you're good to rock there if that's a target of yours. You have pick number 27 offers here available as well. 38 and 77 from the New England Patriots. Move back 3 picks. You get a third from Buffalo. The Chargers offer 55, 86, a second and a fifth. This one looks interesting, but let's be real. I would actually pick here.
Yeah, I would. I could pick here. See, everybody wanted Walter Nolan or Kenneth Grant. This is where we can pick up our stud defensive tackle to back up Billings right here.
Or Nick Manwari is very good as well, as far as the safety is concerned. I'll leave that with you. But
yeah,
I personally think, like,
I wonder why he's fallen in the draft so far.
That's
in
an
this
interesting
simulation.
It's he's only fallen a couple of picks, right? Maybe these teams are safety savvy, right? So he was pick number 21, or he's listed at 21. These guys, I guess, maybe just needed something different. I was hoping Nick Scorton would drop for you. That would have been a nice.
Yeah, they are beating down the door about get fucking Walter right now.
Right. As I'm saying, so with an extra trace, and now we got more picks, so we could take Nolan right here.
Okay, so I'm just going. So
Next
Tyleek
pick is
Williams.
12 pick.
Be a man of the people, FF Pose.
So Tyleek Williams is real good. So is Walter Nolan. One is a 3-tech. We have Javon Dexter, and that's Walter Nolan. The other one is a run stopper, right? I don't know what you want to do here. I will leave that up.
Doesn't Tyleek Williams play?
Time out, fellas. Time out. Anybody that's listening to the show and wants to have some input in the show, and you want to have your thoughts being seen, put up on the screen, hit the damn subscribe button and come on in the damn show. I don't know what you're doing sitting back there watching. Hit the subscribe button and come on in here and you can comment. Just hit the subscribe button, bro. It's easy. Go ahead.
Cool. So what are your thoughts, FFG? All three of these tackles, they're awesome.
Right. And
This-
I
Kenneth
kind
Grant
of want to have my space eater now that I know is going to stop the run. And
Kenneth Grant
Kenneth
is
Grant is the one I'm going to go for.
in there. He's sneaking up in there, FFG. So
Yeah, Kenneth Grant is the one I want. That's what I wanted from the get-go. So I'm going to take Kenneth Grant here.
And there he goes.
Ooh.
First pick gone. Kenneth Grant goes to your Chicago Bears, courtesy of FFG Style. We're at pick number 39. Dallas is offering the 44th pick and a third. The Houston Texans offering 58, a second, and Minnesota's 6th. Up to you, but I would ignore all of that trash. And probably take.
It's my grits.
Oh, you should
All
have.
of y'all.
You got some grits, man. No grits, man. Hold on now.
Green, ain't nobody talking about nobody.
Oh, Hampton just left. Damn it. Just went to the Raiders.
That's where you're going. Okay.
Yeah, I was seeing if he was going to be there.
I can dig it.
That's okay, though. That is okay. So now, if I want to be greedy, I could really get this line rolling and just have myself just
take a look.
No joke.
Take a look, see, gentlemen, just to see what people are talking about. Just to see what they're talking about. I did do a great breakdown on Conway, but
Mike Green. Yeah, he's not the prototypical for the defense we're going to run, though. Mike Green. That's the only reason why I'm shying away from him.
Go ahead. I need to shut the fuck up, and I'm going to do that.
Thank you, sir. Hey, scroll up, kids. I want to see some. Can you scroll up?
That's as far as she goes, my brothers. That's
who's picked before us? Who picked before us?
Oh, my bad.
Off the list.
Isaiah Bonds was wide receiver.
No. I'm saying who picked ahead of us in the last 9 picks or so. Keep going. Keep going up. I want to see. Keep going up where people were drafted. I want to see who actually came off the board. Yeah, this way.
So this was our pick.
Mr. Charles said you put sugar in your grits.
So after we
picked passion butter, homie.
Emeka Ibuka, Harold Fanning, Xavier Watts, Nick Emenwari, Walter Nolan went at 32.
Watts is gone. That's what I was looking for.
Somebody's calling for the edge out of Ole Miss. I think they probably talking about Ivy. They met with him. Or was it Ivy or the other guy? I think it was the other guy. It wasn't Ivy they met with.
Oh, Princely. It's Princely.
Princely, yeah. Princely. That's who they met with.
The Bears?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is some Hester type guys in this. I'm gonna get to some of those guys later on. Stay tuned, Paul Martin. I'm telling you, I got some guys.
So 39 and 41 are your picks here, hot and heavy, almost back to back.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of here? Because I think Just given what you did, maybe you want to do something on the O-line as well as get your edge rusher here. And the upside is this is where these players are. There's also a Caleb.
You got Jonah Savanaia right there, man.
Jonah Savai, I can't spell his name.
Oh, you can't. That's a lockdown piece right there. You got forever. Just want the. I had the coach got to say something once in a while.
Yeah, is he going to play tackle or is he going to play guard in the league? If I make him a left guard,
how do you want to project him?
I think he would be.
You know what you did in free agency. I don't. You know what you did in free agency. What do you want to do with him?
They both project this guard.
I think I'm going to kick him inside. So
there's Wyatt Millam as well. Holy crap! Yeah, Wyatt Millam, 6'6", 315. That's a big boy with some length there.
Wyatt Millam is a piece of. He's an inside guy, but he's a no tackle. He's not a tackle. This is a stud.
He's not a tackle?
This is the beef you need.
No, he's a guard. Wyatt Millam is strictly guard.
So just for sake, he kind of shored up the tackle position in the offseason, right? Like that's I'll give him that. He got Mekhi Becton, he got Alaric Jackson as well. So I mean, you could get another tackle here if you want, or guard. I think you're hurting in the guard position more so than the tackle.
Right.
position.
Yeah, I'm hurting more at the guard position. So
again, if you want to convert one of these guys to guard, and like the cool thing is both of them are. I'm gonna have to say that Jonah's probably gonna play at guard. He's got a lot shorter arms, and so does
and that's what I was thinking. Convert him to guard to play inside and let his power dictate. So I'm gonna take him. I'll take him right now.
So you're gonna do Jonah as opposed to Wyatt Millam?
Yeah.
Who's 6'6"? Yeah, done.
Yeah. I want the power. I'm not looking at the length because I got a short quarterback.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd rather have the power to move.
He's about
people.
20 pounds. He's about 20 pounds heavier, so there's probably a fair amount more power in his frame. So we're gonna draft Jonah.
I'll take the power here. I'll take the power here.
Jonah Savai-Inea. Yes. Did it. Now you're at pick 41. Only offers coming from the Houston Texans to move back to pick 58. You'd give up 40, 41, and 22, 42. They'd also give you a second rounder. Cool beans. Doesn't look good to me either. I got
to give a shout out to Cornelius. He said after last night's show, he's after Nomad show last night with me and FFG, he says, I'm now comfortable with waiting a bit to address the O-line with Hollis and Miles Frazier. Talking about Hollis from Rutgers and Miles Frazier from LSU. I'm telling y'all, later on in the draft is the sweet shit. Everybody gets all excited about these guys at the top end of the draft, but the sweet shit is on the back end, bro. I just want you to know.
Okay. We're at pick 41.
And here's where I want my edge.
I was gonna say edge. So the edges you're looking at, we'll just go straight up.
I already know who I want.
Who do you want?
I want my man from Arkansas.
I had a feeling.
Running back out of Iowa, the first suggestion.
I had a feeling. So
yeah. Okay. He's still on the board though. That's the thing. I got a choice of running back because there hasn't been a run on them yet. Plus, I got 3 more picks coming up in this round.
Now I got Shamar Stewart, but carry on, fellas.
All right. You'd say Shamar? Over Landon?
That's Cornelius, man. That's Cornelius Squalls, not me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Landon Jackson.
I go JT Tuiamola or Landon Jackson right here.
So,
yeah,
FFG has spoken. He wanted himself a little bit of Jackson, and Jackson it is.
Nope.
You sure about that?
Mm-mm.
Decent offer.
Yep.
All right.
No, because you moved back 14 picks. So now look who's still on the board.
Wait a minute.
Who's still on the board?
Walter Nolan's still there. Did he slide?
Walter Nolan been gone, but we got some good stuff still on the board. So I was
still on the board.
I was starting with this man here. Deion Walker is great. Mike Green is great, but
hell, I could have my edge class sewed up right now.
JT is greater. So
Right.
I don't know what you want to do here, FFG. What are you thinking here, bro? There's man, Princely's still here too. Yeah, you have the pick of the litter right now at the edge.
Right. And why not have me just a super rotation at edge, where if I gotta cut somebody, if I gotta let Daniel Hardy go or whoever, I could do that. Let's look at safety though. I want to see where the safeties are.
So you got
take a look at safety and running back.
So you got another pick coming right up next, which is
right.
Really
cool. That's what.
So you got the 59th pick. This is great. So Andrew Makuba is really good. Lathan Ransom's really good. He's a little bit further back. Those are the only two that I'm familiar with. This present.
Okay, let's go to running back right now. So I see where I could get because I still got, before they're even supposed to be going, I still got plenty of time to take one of these quality safeties. So let's look at running back.
Okay, so yeah, you're right at the sweetest spot in the draft for the back as well. And you've got two picks.
Now you see who's there. So if I really wanted a quality running back, I can still take this kid out of Iowa and have the speed, the power, and everything I want right here. So that's who I would want to pair with DeAndre Swift, is this kid. But two little dudes, but he's got a lot of power. That's the only knock on him. But 6 foot, I could take that. I can work with that. So let's take Caleb Johnson right here. I want to shore my running back room. I don't have to worry.
Oh, Caleb Johnson it is. Unfortunately, we lost out on JT in the mix, but Princely's still there. There's still some good edge rushers as far as what we were just talking about. Let me take a quick peek at safety for you. All the safeties are still there too. So what are your thoughts here? What do you want to do? Hell, Deion Walker's still there at tackle.
Yeah, Makuba's wow. So yeah, go to all real quick. Oh, you're on all, right?
I'm at all.
Okay.
This is how the draft is falling right now. Top guy is Donovan. I'm not going to pronounce your last name. Outside of that, we got Princely, who jumps out to me. We've got Quinshawn Judkins and Travion Henderson, who really would have been my selections at the running back position. But I do know the Bears are interested in the young man from Iowa. So good pick. Peep the chat. Lathan Ransom for safety. Yeah, Nick, I'm with you. That's who I would think of. Saren Collins is saying now get Princely. Like Judkins is 218 is what Cornelius Squazzle said. I would have went Judkins as opposed to Caleb Johnson, but it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Mind you, if you want to get your replacement for a DeAndre Swift, depending on what your feelings of are on DeAndre Swift,
I can get him later.
Can I have a quick question?
All right.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
We feel like we address everything we need to address in free agency, and we just right now we're at the point where we can get a really, really good player.
Yeah.
We're the only position.
We're at solving.
Listen to Paul Rodriguez. Savion Williams is a absolute game changer. Straight up. That motherfucker is a beast. I'm just telling you.
He'll probably be there at 72.
Paul Rodriguez, thank you for that, because god damn, that boy is a problem.
What about Tez?
He's a slot receiver. This motherfucker is a beast. Savion Williams is a beast. Tez Johnson is a very, very good explosive slot receiver. This motherfucker right here is a problem. I'm telling you. That motherfucker, he's an alien, bro. Just telling you.
All right. So who do we let's say guard again, kids?
Mm-hmm. Boom.
Offensive guard.
Tate Ratledge, not a bad look. Dylan Fairchild, decent look as well.
So we can wait on that. Let's look and see who's still available at center.
So center, tippy top center doesn't show up until pick 111. So you got to wait. You got pick 72 between there and here. So you can probably still pick him up either there or later. Up to you, though.
Okay. So let's go back to all.
Mm-hmm. It's tough because, in my opinion, this is a luxury pick now. You can kind of go in any direction with this particular selection. Edge, wide receiver. You just went running back, so no need, but there's good backs on the board. Marcus Embo at tackle if you wanted to, although your tackle situation is pretty set up.
But they predict him as a guard too, though.
Let me look.
Embo?
Yeah, Embo's guards. Yeah, Embo's.
Yeah, so I would right now. That's who I would take. I want my offensive line to be as strong as possible, so I'm taking Embo from Purdue.
Sure.
Yep.
Done. Marcus Embo is a Chicago Bear.
See the chat? You can say it out loud.
What? Cornelius, save a space for Miles Frazier because he's a devastating run blocker, especially when he's pulling.
Ooh.
So much for that.
Thank you, Cornelius, for checking out that film, bro.
Yeah, Dallas, we don't want to pick for next year, so I'm down 7th rounder. So let's see.
Something else.
Oh, they just took him. Savion Williams just went.
I told y'all.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Savion Williams went just before.
That's going to be that motherfucker y'all talking about. Like, how do we miss him? This motherfucker is a problem, bro.
Now, here's where you could go and get your safety. Now you can get Lathan Ransom at 72.
That's probably your best move from what I'm looking at right here. So consider that a done deal. Your next pick is pick 149. Before we do that, there's only one offer, 76 from the Giants. 149 will push us in towards
that pick is for next year. It's a 7th rounder next year. It's not worth going down 3-4 spaces.
I agree. I'm just going to question you about the center position now. So, do you want to attack the center position? Do you want the top center in the draft?
Who's the top center in the draft? Is it still a boy from Georgia?
Ashton Delody is there, I think.
As far as center is concerned?
Yeah, it's a guy from Georgia.
Yeah, so at 111.
Jared Wilson's at 111. Your next pick is 149. You're likely going to miss out on him. Seth McLaughlin or Jonah Monahan.
This is a good pick here, bro.
Say what?
This is a good pick right here.
What is?
Jared Wilson.
At 72?
It might be a bit of a reach, but the reality is you're not going to have the option to get him specifically again. You're going to bypass him and be looking at the 2nd or 3rd or even 4th offensive center in this draft. So if you want the top center, either you trade back a couple of times for the heck of it and see what you can scrape up between now and then. But the question is, do you want to target that top center, or does it not? No, doesn't matter.
Peep the chat.
Sarah Collins saying, "Get the center." Yes, yeah. Get the center.
Nate Majors would be available at 149. So will Jonah Monahan. He's actually a quality center. He just played for the rest of the line wasn't crap at USC.
So you thinking Jonah Monheim at
No,
149?
I want the safety. I want to get a safety because what
Take
do you call it? Getting
guy.
old.
Take your guy, FFG. Take
No.
your guy.
I'm with you. So take Lathan Ransom,
Latham Ransom right now.
and you can
Yeah,
target
and we'll come
Jonah
back and
Monheim.
get a center.
Okay, all right.
Take your guy, bro.
Okay. All right. That makes sense to me.
Pick up, man.
Where's the homie Lathan Ransom? Boom. Lathan Ransom, you are now a Chicago Bear. And we're rolling on to pick 149, which I think we've already made some headway on, considering the considerations. So
Lathan
we'll
Ransom is a dog. You see that?
take a quick peek at the center position. So Seth McLaughlin is there, and your guy from USC is there as well. They're both available at this present time. We'll go to all, see if anything else. JC Pegues, butchering that last name, but he's a pretty decent defensive tackle.
JJ Peckett, yeah.
Mhm.
He's actually pretty good.
He is.
Our next point pick is not to 200.
Yo,
That's
yo,
why I
what
want
up,
to pick
Nick?
up his mini.
Yo, what up, Nick? I just had
Mid-level.
a shout out.
What's up?
I'm just giving the Nick a shout out, man. Bears fan Guma, that's Nick.
Oh,
The dude?
No,
no,
not
I
that.
think Ray Zabel been gone. Cornelius.
Yeah, Gray Zabel went in just in the second round.
But here's where we could pick up our center, which I thought. So, and I like the way this kid plays, and he's got familiarity with our current quarterback. So let's go ahead and get Jonah Monheim from USC.
Oh, little USC love. He's been selected. Jonah Monheim is now a Chicago Bear. That was quick and easy. And to be honest with you, I hope the Bears actually make that selection at that exact pick. That'd be a very smart move. Get somebody who knows Caleb Williams. Didn't even really clue in. So we're now at pick 204. Pickings are going to get a little bit slimmer here now.
Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah, there's some lightning right there. No, he's more thunder. Devin Neal. Who are you thinking? Oh, he's even more
On the
like
screen. It's on the screen.
damn 6'2", 233. That's
It's
a
on the screen.
running back, bro.
It's on the screen. Look at the chat.
Oh, Brashad gotta be gone, man. Brashad gone.
No, he ain't
You
gone.
can check and see.
I guarantee he ain't gone.
You can
Oh,
check.
he is gone.
I done told you he's gone. But we're looking.
Hold up. He's gone?
He's
Yep.
gone. So Devin Neal, Trevor Etienne, if you're talking about
Neal.
lightning.
Devin Neal. Let me shut up.
Devin Neal's an amazing running back. I agree, but he's kind of a little bit like what you got.
Yeah.
Basically the
So,
same build. I think he might be
let's
a better back though.
You kept
Let's go back
DeAndre
to-
Swift. So
Go
there's
back
your,
to offensive line.
you kept DeAndre Swift. There's your lightning. But in case Caleb Johnson, I think that's who you picked, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In case he's not what you think he is, get Devin Neal.
So what were you saying, FFG?
Offensive guard.
You getting another guard now? Damn.
I'm looking. Look, the
Damn.
trenches where we've been losing. You
Hey
need
man.
to have cheap replacements.
Normally
Yeah.
I would agree with you, but I think you're good. Any of these names at guard?
What about D tackle, man?
We can look.
Ty Robinson. Good Lord. That's a steal. That is a and steal.
He's falling a little bit.
Dog. YA Black. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ty Robinson.
Well, here's where you want to get the line built up on both sides. So
Ty Robinson or YA Black.
Robinson's a 3, right?
Robinson's a 3. He's a 1. He's everything. Everything they're looking for.
He's 6'5", 6'5'3".
Yeah.
And that weight is not right, man. They listed him at 296. He's every bit of 315.
Okay.
All right. So we can get a defensive tackle here. I just need big bodies for a rotation. I can't keep getting ran over like we was. I need young.
You got to get a 3 here. The 3 and a 1. And that's Y.A. Black or Ty Robinson. Ty Robinson. Okay. Ty Robinson is a problem. Wait until people find out who that motherfucker is. Nobody know who he is right now.
We can get Ty Robinson. That's cool with me. And then we got 2 6-round picks.
You said, yeah, Black 260. Okay.
He's not 260.
He's listed at 260 as
I promise you he ain't 260.
No. He's listed at 260 pick number 260.
Okay,
not his weight.
All right, so, yeah, go ahead and get him, Ty Robinson.
Well, great pick. Great pick.
Now Pickens is real slim. I don't know what you do here, but I'm gonna look at
Brandon Sorrell's still there?
Yeah, Brandon Sorrell's there. Well, he's listed a little bit behind your pick. You're at 230. He's listed at 240-ish. None of these guys jump out. Though Carson Vincent,
Syrian Collins is saying, look at a receiver. Is it a possession receiver? Is it a slot receiver? You probably need to take a look at some receivers. He didn't sign Keenan. You got to get somebody there. I'm here for advice if you want some.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get Kyle Williams here.
We can get him with the next pick and 142.
Okay, just make sure you get him. That motherfucker's a BITCH.
All right. So we already got our center. We pretty much built the trenches. I just want to see if there's anybody left in the offensive line that we could make as a project or coach up.
There he is, right there, Carson Vince.
Alabama A&M.
6'7", all kinds of length. We definitely did a little bit of talking about Carson Vincent. And shout out to you, Carson, and your team out there who's paying attention. But that would probably be the guy that I would look at.
Let him go ahead and pick. Whatever you're gonna do it.
Oh, that's
all right. That'll work for me. I just want to have multiple bodies. So Carson Vincent will work. I just need to be able not to have to pay outrageous amounts of money. So we can get Vincent.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to have a coach actually coach these guys up and make them into quality players at their time in Chicago.
Does Caden Prescorn ring a bell?
Tight end. Inline tight end. Mercedes Lewis replacement.
Oh, wow. 6'5", 255. That's not bad. Those are good measurables for a tight end. A little bit bigger than this.
Let him do what he's going to do. He said Carson Vincent, give him to him.
Carson Vincent, and it is a done deal. So we've got pick 242. I believe this is the final pick. It is the final pick in the draft. What say you, sir?
Let's go back to our wide receiver.
I think look at all and see who the best player on the board is. Najee Stackhouse, D tackle. Ooh, there's some nice pieces there. Wait, hold on. Slow down, kids. Don't go so fast. Who? Linebacker. Nick Martin is a mother of something. Baron Sorrell is a problem. Let me see.
Yeah, see, if it's up to me, I'd
Here's your board. Yeah.
I'd take a flyer on Baron Sorrell because I could even make him a linebacker if I wanted to. At 6'2", you know what I'm saying? At 255.
Y.A. Black. Take Y.A. Black. Y.A. Black. Y.A. Black. And this is the only one I'm going to stand on the table for. Y.A. Black. That's your next Cam Robinson. I mean, the Cam Hayward. Take him. Take him.
God damn.
Take him. Take him. And I won't shut up until you take him. Take Y.A. Black. And wait until y'all see the goddamn tape on Y.A. Black. That's Cam Hayward all over again. Y.A. Black.
Is that what you're doing, FFG, or can we tell him to shut his mouth?
Pretty good. You beefed up pretty good in free agency on the line, and you beefed up pretty good in the draft on the line. Now beef up on the other side of the ball. Get a plethora of guys. Y.A. Black. Telling you, bro.
He's already picked.
I really want the room to be competitive, so that's what I'm looking at. Tight end. I think I got my tight ends. I got my tight ends. I got 3 quality tight ends.
I didn't stand on the
I
table.
can always get an undrafted blocker.
Show. Give me Y.A. Black, bro. Give me Y.A. Black. I ain't say shit about none of this stuff. Give me Y.A.
All right, kids, go ahead and get this man, Y.A. Black, because he won't shut up, and we'll have to have an argument for the next 15 minutes.
We're gonna have to fight.
Why my draft team?
Y.A. Black is the Chicago Bear. There we go. All right. There we go, FFG. This is what your squad looks like. Walked into the draft.
Mr. Charles said you won't shut up.
Yeah, I was kind of with you there, Minister Charles, bro. But here we are. We got the pick. Got the pick. The pick has been made. We're gonna start it off. I picked number 27 after a series of trades. Got ourselves some Kenneth Grant Love, big old defensive tackle, 6'3", 342 pounds. So just in case folks want to run the football, they might have to think twice. Jonas Savainea did it again. Nicely done. 6'4", 339. Fantastic offensive tackle, but odds are he'll be playing at guard. Landon Jackson at the edge, 6'5", 273. Great pickup. That's at pick number 41. Pick number 53, we got ourselves a running back. FFG got us a back, y'all. That's Caleb Johnson, 6 feet tall, 225 pounds. A little bit of thunder there to go with DeAndre Swift's lightning. Next up, Marcus Embo, 6'4", 309 pounds. A offensive tackle by trade, but again, likely to be pushed over to the guard position. Next up, pick number 72, we got ourselves Lathan Ransom. Lathan is 6'1", weighs 210 pounds. Pretty solid safety from Ohio State. Following up, Jonah Monheim, 6'4", weight 307. That is our linchpin center or developmental center behind Coleman Shelton. We've also got ourselves another defensive tackle, 6'5", Ty Robinson, weighing in at 296 pounds. At 235, we selected Carson Vinson, 6'7", offensive tackle, weighing in at 314. And finally, because Nomad wouldn't shut up about it, we got ourselves Black, Y.A. Black, he says. Defensive tackle out of Iowa, 6'6", 37 pounds. This is a bit of a beast. So I think he did some great things in the trenches here. I think the trenches are pretty surefire. Got a little love at the edge, a little love at the running back position, and we found ourselves a centers. Oh, and a safety.
He drafted the fact that he drafted in the trenches like this is thick. This is thick. He's got an interior tackle He's got the nose guard. He's got a guard on the offense. I mean, this is when you're talking about shoring up the trenches, this is it.
So Cornelius Squalls, your 3 tech is Ty Robinson at 6'5", 296, which is pretty interesting for a guy that big. You know what I mean? Should provide some decent length on the inside. So I like this. I think this is a pretty solid squad of humanity across the board.
I think this is a great draft.
Yeah.
I think we're not getting pushed around no more. That's
definitely
what I
not in trenches.
We can play ball control and we can slow teams down that want to try to run the ball too. We can make them a passing team because we do have quality edges now. We have really beefed up on the interior, and now we have 2 potential takeover starting safeties to go with our corners that we already have. They're going to be playing well.
Wait a minute. Wait. Time out. We got one quality edge. That's Landon Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And I got you. I had to interrupt there because I didn't realize you got Landon Jackson. That's a good one.
Right, but now you still got Hardy. You still got
Jacob Martin.
Martin. Right, and Sweat. So, and now we still got, $30 million? So if there's somebody else we wanted to go after in free agency, we still can and still make a hell of a deal. Or at the trade deadline, pick up the piece that may put us over the top because we'll have the money. And what I think that doesn't show on here is the 2 picks that we didn't even get, which is going to be 99 because Ian Cunningham is gone. And when we get back from Keenan Allen, that 4th round draft pick from last year, we'll get recouped on that too. So that's 2 more picks that we could have had in the earlier rounds between 72 and 49 that would bolster our team up even more.
This looks a lot like some of the stuff that I did, privately, and some of the stuff I showed on the show. At that, our first pick ends up being an interior defensive lineman. It's always Kenneth Grant. It's always the kid from Ohio State. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. But it's always those 2 guys. You got to get some interior presence. This is a great draft, bro.
Malik Williams.
I'm not trying to hold you right now. I'm telling you, this is a great looking draft, man. Based on what you did in free agency. We got a question about they want to review what you did in free agency. You still got that, Kedz?
So I'm gonna read it all out. So I can't share it, but I'm gonna read it. All right. So this is the FFG squad. Starting with the quarterback room: Caleb Williams, Austin Reed, Tyson Bagent. Running back room now looks like this: DeAndre Swift, Roshan Johnson, Ian Wheeler, and Caleb Johnson. Whole lot of Johnson in that. Oh man, pause.
We also kept what's his name?
Who? Darrington Evans.
Yeah,
we tried, but he wasn't taking a low ball contract. He wasn't.
Oh, we tried. Okay,
we tried. Next up in the wide receiver room: DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Elijah Moore, Colin Johnson, Tyler Scott. Tight end room: we've got ourselves Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, Mo Alley Cox. Next up, offensive tackle: Alaric Jackson, Mekhi Becton, Darnell Wright, Braxton Jones. Jeez Louise, this has got to be the biggest room in the building. Kiran Amagaji, Theo Benedict, Marcus Embo, and Carson Vincent, and Jonas Savaianea.
It's gonna be a couple motherfuckers. Somebody gonna get cut. A couple of them.
No, they might get moved into this.
I want to mind him at center. So Ricky Stromberg, we're gonna have backups for our backup.
I think
we're not playing no more.
I think you should. So a couple of these guys are going to wind up in the guard room. So Bill Murray, Matt Pryor is it for guards. But again, I'm going to assume that Marcus Embo will likely be a guard just by his build. And Jonah will probably also be a guard again by his build. So there's that. Moving on to center, just as you were saying, we've got Coleman Shelton, Ricky Stromberg, and Jonah Monheim. That together There'll be some competition in the room finally. That's great, as opposed to just relying on one guy to do the darn job and getting mad that he can't do the job. A little bit of competition, a little bit of depth. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Interior defensive line, we've got DeMarcus Walker, Andrew Billings, Jervon Dexter, Zach Pickens, Jonathan Ford has been retained as well. We've also drafted Kenneth Grant, Ty Robinson, and Y.A. Black. That is our interior line. On the edge, Montez Sweat, Jacob Martin, Daniel Hardy, Austin Booker, as well as Landon Jackson to shore things up on the other side. This would be a great little rotation here with these particular gentlemen at the edge. Linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell. That's the linebacker room. Cornerbacks, Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Tariq Stevenson, Jalen Jones, Josh Blackwell, and Terrell Smith. Safety room, we've got Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, Julian Blackman, Jonathan Owens, Elijah Hicks, and Lathan Ransom. Scott Daly is our long snapper.
So now they have a lot to work with.
Let them finish rounding it out. Go ahead.
So only two more guys to go. So Scott Daly's the long snapper, Cairo Santos is our kicker, and Torrey Taylor is the punter. So that is the FFG squad.
Go ahead, FFG.
Right. Now we could still get a wide receiver if we need another one. You know, in free agency, if there's somebody that comes along that we want to spend money on, that doesn't have to be one of those first day pickups. You know what I mean? So that's where you kept the money. What you call was asking, where'd you go? Paul Martin wanted to know, why would you get something back from Keenan Allen? The money you lose in free agency that you don't pick back up, there's some kind of but if you're paying less this year than you paid last year, if you traded for a draft capital, they give you the draft capital back. It's automatically recouped to the team, because that's a $20-something million contract that we lost out on, and we didn't. But plus we got rid of other players to lower the salary cap as well. So we got up to almost 90 million kids, right? And we only spent 60, but we weren't that low coming into this season. So we actually have more money than we would have had if we had to re-signed everybody. Does that make sense? That's how you get the picks back, if you trade for picks and not just capital or players.
Well, anything that could get us a 4th round pick back, I think, is a great idea.
Plus, we're going to get pick 99. People keep forgetting that. When Ian Cunningham leaves, we're going to get that pick.
Like, that's if Ian leaves, and I'm just going to say this right now. I will be shocked if he leaves. And it's got nothing to do with – I will be. I'll tell you why. So, like, he's great at what he does, and I think he deserves an opportunity somewhere. It's just the place that we're talking about is in complete disarray. So I wouldn't really want to go there, and I'm not sure if he does. I'm just being a realist, right? They just hired. How you going to be the GM, and they already hired the coach? Don't you want to pick the coach as a GM? And look at the guy they picked.
Well, they got a good offensive coach, Liam Cohen, so it's not like they're going to fall off on the offensive side of the ball. They got weapons.
Oh,
they're gonna suck.
That's where I'm at. So, like, if I'm Ian, I'm like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I'll go back to the Bears. I'll try this again next season with another team that might be better. But
he's been interviewing for a couple years, bro. You gonna take, just like Poles took this job. You gonna take a job. Trust me.
He ain't taking that job.
I don't know if he is. If it was, like, honestly, if it was any other,
I would. Your quarterback's gonna be there.
If you take that motherfucking job, he need his ass whooped. Period. He need his ass whipped.
I wouldn't take it.
I'm going to Florida where they no state tax, and it's sunny all the
they're
time.
gonna have to pay me. They're gonna have to pay me so much upfront money. It don't matter what happens with this, and give me the guarantee that I get at least one more coach. That's the only way that's gonna work for me. Give me as much upfront money and give me my second coach. Because Duval ain't gonna work, huh?
Yeah, if they guarantee you're okay, well said, brother. If they guarantee him coach number 2, you're signed for 8 years. If you're signing me for 8 years, which is what I thought Ryan Poles did when he came in, and somehow he didn't do it. Because that's what he got. He got handed a coach and something to that effect. Anyways, yeah, I wouldn't do it if I was Ian. Sorry, Ian. Love you, bro.
I didn't know that motherfucker was that much of an alien until I seen that press conference. I was like, holy shit. This motherfucker ain't got no business being no head coach nowhere. You should have kept that motherfucker in the shadows where he can just coach offense and just script up plays. Holy shit. What is that motherfucker doing in front of your team?
But, like, who the hell is choosing the coach? Is just where my head is. Like, who's sitting down interviewing the head coach and selecting him in Jacksonville? Who the hell was that? Who was that guy?
The owner.
I put it on the screen, bro.
That's when you lost.
I just put it on the screen right there. What Rex Smith say?
Everyone knows Shad Khan is
really
crazy.
Think about this, No Maniacs. Is this the kind of draft that we can actually retool both sides of the line of scrimmage to be able to have attacking defense coming after the quarterback and protecting our guy Caleb, who's going to be here for the next 4 years?
Yes, it was a good draft. It was a good draft, Evan.
Yes.
Stop holding your dick, man.
No. What I want to know is based on the coaches that we hired, how does the talent of influx of, some veterans, some young cats that we can mix and match now that we're going to have quality along like right now, the 5 starters we're going to have on the offensive line, one of them might be a rookie, but one of them might not be. You know what I mean? So we have a way to be able to give the coaches a plethora of players that they can coach up that are no health issues. That's what I was afraid of. I'm tired of getting dudes that's always beat up and broke up, and we coming in here and they limping into Chicago and trying to stay healthy to play for us.
You gotta see the moment, man. You gotta read the room. They talking about Liam Cohen weird ass and Ian Cunningham taking that job down there, man. It's just like that's a weird motherfucker down there. You know what I mean? And I don't think unless, like I said, man, unless he can get some guarantees up front and get the second coach guarantee, I wouldn't take that fucking job.
Yeah. I like walking. If I'm sitting in the interview, me personally, if I'm sitting in the interview, my first question would be like, so you guys picked Liam. He's good. That's good. But like, if he sucks, am I fired? You know what I mean? Like, that'd be question number 1. Are you guys going to fire me because he sucks?
Hey,
because I didn't pick him. This.
He made Baker Mayfield look like a genius over the last couple of seasons.
All he was doing was playing the short game, man. Baker Mayfield probably got more credit than he deserves. He just dialed up the short game for him because they didn't. That was it.
Threw the ball. They threw the ball. Now you got to think about when they were our receivers was hurt.
It was mostly short game, bro. It was mostly short game.
No, it wasn't.
But he's got quality outside receivers.
That's what I was about to say. There's both of those guys, both those receivers over there are studs for sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's no question
of the guy's talent to make him better.
It was definitely a lift from where he came from in the first place. He didn't have that kind of talent I'm lying to you. He had OBJ and Jarvis Landry. Damn, yeah, he had some wide receivers. So I don't know. It worked out for Baker. Maybe it'll work out this time around too. I would just be mad that I'm not the person who selected if my livelihood is going to be tied to somebody else, I should at least have the ability to make that decision.
All I know is if I would have heard Duval, I'm packing up my motherfucking locker and I'm trying to find a way out this motherfucker. That's all I know. That's all I know. But FFG, bro, props to you. Props to you. Draft. Take your victory lap because this was a great draft, man. You put it together well. You stuck your chest out and you got in front of it, man. And I appreciate that because not everybody in the world can just say, you know what, I'm gonna pick this shit and this is what it's gonna be. You did that, man. This is a hell of a draft, man. And what you did in free agency, I didn't agree with everything, but it ain't about me and what I agree with. This is a really good. You put this together well, man. I just got to give you your props and take your victory lap, bro.
Well, thank you. I wanted to do something that is not the pretty thing, but it's a necessary thing that we haven't seen in a while. That sometimes you got to say, okay, fuck the dumb. We need to do this to make our team better. We can't keep going after flashy after flashy after flashy. Big time. We need solid players, and I believe our draft eventually 80% of these players going to start on this team. Grant going to start, Sabanea or Embo probably going to start. Landon Jackson might get to start this year. Caleb Johnson probably going to have several starts. Latham Ransom probably going to beat out, or when Brisker get beat up, he going to be playing a lot. Monheim could probably step in at center, beat out.
I think Embo could be a center. I think Embo can be a center, and Monheim can translate to guard. That's what I think. That's what's so beautiful about this. I just had to
right, but I'm just saying you're going to get quality with the quantity that we got, because we went out and got 3 starters on the offensive line in free agency. That was the number one thing I want to do. I didn't want to have a bunch of rookies out there trying to protect Caleb. I wanted dudes that could be ready to play, young enough, and their replacement is already on the team. So when their contract, because remember, Kedz, you were wondering why I was giving them so much money. I'm giving all that up front and signing bonus. So in 2 years, these kids are only making that 1 point something million or $2 million. They're going to be starting. And now we ain't got to pay them an arm and a leg. You can let them higher contracts go and keep that salary cap still pouring in to replace the players you're going to need. So you're going to need linebackers soon. You know what I'm saying? So you need to keep that window open, and plus you need that salary cap to play with, because there's always going to be a midseason trade of somebody you can go out there and get that's really going to help the team.
This is really good looking, man, and I can't. There's nothing I can say about it. This is well put together, man, and that's just that. And
told him to hold his Johnson, and he did. And there's Caleb Johnson all over the place as well. I like this whole thing. I like the way that it shook out. Got a whole bunch of depth in the trenches, and I think there's only one pick that I would have done differently, and it's pick number 59, Marcus Embo. That's it. That's the only pick I would have done differently.
Who would you have got, Kedz?
I would have got Travion Henderson at that point, but that's because I think he's a monster running back.
That's his draft crush. That's he's Travion.
Right. Okay, but so you would have got DeAndre Swift Jr.
That's his baby, man.
He hit the hole and runs hard, and that kid from Iowa runs in the cold and plays hard. He runs.
No. I would take him too. Like for me, it's either you take a Caleb Johnson and a Travion there, just given the way that you mapped this all out, or I would have taken Judkins and Travion because
Travion, he's secretly Kid. That's his dad.
That's my guy. I scouted him last year. He's fantastic. He's fantastic.
Kid is Travion's dad, man. He just won't tell everybody.
I'm actually Austin Booker's dad.
Nobody. All right.
I'm a Pepe.
You the baby?
I'm Austin Booker's dad, but if I have any more kids, man, Travion, you're welcome. I got a room and shit. You can sleep there. But yeah.
Here's the thing: if you're gonna let Kenneth Grant be your starting tackle, now you have Billings coming off the rotation is never going to stop forward. So we're going to stay big all across the line on both sides. And this is where Zach Pickens can actually get some run playing D tackle, because now he's really going to be in a battle to play that 3 technique that he was drafted for instead of having to try to play the 1. So you're going to have our offensive defensive line may be the deepest positions on this team that are kept going forward. But that's going to benefit us so much because you got to think about, look what Philly did over the last several years. They keep replenishing defensive, offensive line every single season. They keep drafting because they want to get younger and better.
Well, we got to read the room, and you never want to stay longer than you need to. And this is a great show, and this is a great draft. This is a great offseason period. And FFG executed very well. He stepped out in front of the whole situation and didn't take no shorts. He didn't ask for no advice. I stuck my nose in there when I really didn't need to. But
most of the time,
I do that. I do that because I'm a big mouth motherfucker. That's what I do.
Right. I just want to tell you to shut the hell up.
You got to have some kind of qualities as a podcaster. You better have a big ass mouth. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. I appreciate it, FFG, bro. Straight up, man. That was really good, man. And I mean that. I'm just not just talking shit. That was really good execution there. And so I don't want to stay too long because my girl Remy, I can hear her talking to me. No, man, y'all do this some good stuff, man. Y'all do that stuff be too long. We don't want to stay longer than we're welcome. You know what I mean? So let's give out some pleasantries, kids, and go around the board before we get up out of here.
Did you, Cornelius Squalls, before we do it, did y'all see what happened to Howie Roseman?
Man, you got to, it's the wrong word in there. You got to speak it.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't going to read it. I just left it there for folks to see it.
Read it out.
My bad. I don't need to read it. Did you guys see what happened to Howie Roseman?
What happened?
You mean the Philly fans try to kill Howie Roseman? That's all you got to say.
That's basically what happened.
My brother had read it. God damn it, you gonna say it?
I was trying to avoid it. But he got smashed in the head with a bottle. He's got a wicked scar on his forehead, and Billy's crazy.
wait, hold on.
In a championship, and he's the GM.
Hold up, calm down. Wait a minute, give me some context to that, kid. What the hell happened there?
I wasn't in Philadelphia. You know what I mean?
I need some more context. You just telling me somebody cracked him in the head with a bottle. What happened?
I don't.
This is after the parade.
They were at the bar and things went sideways. Somebody said something about his sister, and he wasn't having it. So I'm just making shit up now. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
I'm just trying to figure out why in the hell was somebody in Philly? That had to have been somebody else from some other jurisdiction. Ain't nobody in Philly getting ready to hit Howie Roseman with nothing. They're gonna get that motherfucker some flowers. They're gonna hit him in the head with a bouquet of roses. That's it. Nothing with no bottle. Unless Howie Roseman is an asshole and we don't know about that.
Well, there are many assholes out there, and Howie Roseman may be among them.
Okay, so Cornelia says he got hit in the head with a beer can.
Oh, there's no way that's a can.
Don't play that video.
This is not a video. This is just this is just a picture. This is what Howie Roseman looks like after getting smashed in the head with a bottle. So I guess that's what you get for winning the championship in Philadelphia. At least he got a cigar, So that's that. I figured I would share that. Cornelius Squall just brought it up, so I figured we'd talk about it before we get out here. He told them they couldn't do Gilly's dance, and the fans snapped.
That's a thing right now.
The Gilly dance?
Yeah, that's a thing right now.
In Philadelphia?
Yeah, Saquon had to bust that shit out in the grocery store, bro.
They can stay there. They can stay in Philadelphia. They can all be.
Yeah, you ain't got me dancing on you. Ain't no monkeys.
I ain't do no Gilly dance, bro. I'll do the Steezo running man when we get back. But that's about it.
I ain't. No, hell no.
It's mine.
I'm not doing the WAP. None of that.
Man,
hell no.
You know what? That's that. Hey. Good shit, man. Good shit. Let's give off some pleasantries.
All right, man. Yo, shout out to the guy FFG style for rolling with us tonight and doing the darn thing the right way. I think you did a fantastic job, bro. Fix them effing trenches, and that was the modus operandi. I think he accomplished the mission. Shout outs to the rest of to the No Maniacs out there, starting with Super No Maniac, Minister Charles Johnson, Cornelius Squalls, number 2 No Maniac. Shout out to you, my brother. AC Adams out there. Big ups to you. Rex Smith, thanks for coming through. Paul Martin, Nick Rembert, Bear Truth 9 was down with us today. Who else we got out there? Saren Collins, Aunt Mas. What's popping, Aunt Mas? Hope everything's good. Paul Rodriguez was with us today. Who else is out there?
Smith.
Bear Fan Goomba. Thanks for coming through, dog. Appreciate it. Man, the chat was popping today.
Who will be with us next week? Bears fan Guma will be with us next week on Nomad at Night. That's Nick, my guy Nick.
All right, perfect. We've also got the Scrolls was in there, cracking jokes as usual, keeping it funny in the chat, man. Scrolls keeps me laughing. Alex Machado was out there. Gary Oz asking for Walter Nolan. He wanted some Walter Nolan. Shout out to Paul Martin. Oh, Trax was with us for a minute. He's live in my station. I'm live in my station. It's better. Trax. Shout out to you, dog. Appreciate you coming through and giving us a little bit of love. We'll give you a little bit of love too, man. You definitely deserve it. Who else we got out there, man?
Mofuga was down for a minute.
Mofuga was in. Black Rain was in for sure. So was Black Diamond at the very tippy top. Marco King was in with us too at the beginning of the show. Am I missing anybody?
Rex
Smith, not Mar 30. Oh man.
And we found out that Travion Henderson is Kedz' son.
He's my son, and he'll have to
Out of Pepe.
Share a bunk with Austin Booker.
Nepotism around here.
Julian Parker, shout out to you, Julian. Might have said AC Adam. If I didn't, I will say it again. Chris Foster, the original one, and Joe Vizzo. What up, Joe? Who else? Am I missing anybody in the mix here? Oh, our homie Triple R was with us. Sports Chicago style. Support him and his channel, please, and support me at Kedz the Canuck. By all means, just simply subscribe. I will appreciate if you do. Jason was with us today as well. Trapper Keeper came through, legit Pack fan, talking trash as per normal, but hey, you can't stop him. Do It All 36 was with us. Joseph Archer came through. Anybody else I'm missing out there? I think that might round it out. Tippy Top. What am I supposed to say? I didn't know Tippy Top had an age limit, but I guess I can see what you mean there. All right. There's Junkie 55. Shout out to you. Ron Winarski. What it do, Ron? I didn't see you out there. Now I'm seeing you. I did say Black Diamond for sure. Oh, Smitty Q, what it do? All right. That rounds it off. I will just say the top moving forward with a deep voice in commemoration of the Minister Charles Johnson. Outside of that, hope y'all have a good weekend or had a good weekend. Have a good week. We'll see you on Wednesday for some extra sauce. And FFG, what do you guys say? Bro?
Wait a minute.
I think this was a great experience.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did you say extra sauce? Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central. That's how we get down, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think this was a great experience to be able to go out and see what it's actually like to be a GM. So I would invite anybody to come on and show their GM prowess. See what you can get accomplished if you're really a Bears fan and want to see the team do well and what your, prerogative is. Because everybody's going to think differently on what we need and how it's going to be accomplished and how it's going to be set up. And Kedz and Nomads did help me a lot as far as like some of the, especially Kedz, use low ball and the crap out of cats. But
I didn't get no money from me, bro. But hey,
all right, no money for you. But it was fun. It was fun to understand how to set that up so that put yourself in position to get quality free agents, to be able to have money for later, to be able to be a trade deadline, participant where you actually have something to invest. You know what I'm saying? because we didn't get rid of any capital from next year. And more than likely, I don't know I care what y'all think. We getting Ian Cunningham is gone. So we getting that 99th pick. So that's another pick that we didn't even get to take advantage of. That we could have had, one of them receivers or somebody, because we could have got, Savion, because we could have moved back and got the tackle or whatever later because they weren't scheduled as high. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different maneuvering that's available going forward the draft. But this is where I feel that Ryan Poles really wants to earn his money or whatever extension he would have got. This is how you do it. And this is how you bring the fans back to the building to want to see a winner, because now you're building one, not patchwork. And that's what I think today was about. No more patchwork. We need to solidify every part of the foundation from the inside out.
You done?
Go kick some ass.
Done? All right.
He's done.
All right, so look, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. This is a great show. I enjoyed every last minute of it. I really appreciate FFG putting his chest out and putting that first foot forward and walking behind it. Sometimes, we do these kinds of exercises and everybody's virtues gets in the way of what you think you should do with the Bears organization. It's not me, it's not Kedz, it's all FFG. And I think everything he did translated very well, man. It was well done, bro. And you deserve your props for that, man, because you made sure that you shored this thing up in the trenches. And I think you went into it with that mindset, and that was the carryover. And that's what everybody sees right now. Looking at that draft, looking at what you did in free agency, it was just rhyme and rhythm, really is what it was, man. I enjoyed that. And, I encourage everybody else that wants to come on here and do a draft like that and do the free agency like that. Come on and do it, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. We ain't gonna slap you around. We ain't gonna do none of that stuff, man. We just have fun with this, man. This was great. And I just wanted to say thank you for everybody that came and watched the show. And hit the goddamn subscribe button, y'all. Come on now. Hit the
likes up.
Get the likes up. Hit your notification bell. And make sure you share it with your folks. Come on now. There's some good-ass content. It is. And so don't be shy and don't be stingy and don't be an asshole about the whole thing. And I'm not going to hit the subscribe button because I'm just a piece of shit because I don't want to do that for them. Don't be like that. Hit the subscribe button, man. This is great content. And the beautiful thing about it is it's not going to stop. I just turned the screws on this thing and we're going to really churn out some content. And so all the people that like the daily stuff and like the shorts and, just the constant content about Bears, man, we're going to really answer that bell for you guys. So just know that ahead of time. And so we're just not asking for your subscription and asking for your support and asking for you to become a member for no reason. We're going to give it to you. And I guarantee it's going to be consistent. But that's my promise to you guys. And I appreciate you guys once again, Kedz, FFG, man. Y'all my guys, man. Great show, great content. And I just want to leave you guys with these famous words. If you can think it and you can see it, there's no reason in the world why you cannot absolutely manifest it. Do not, and I repeat, do not be a prisoner of your own mind. But with that being said, we are out.
Peace.